Hoi there, everyone. A good evening to all of you in the chat right now, ladies and gentle fellows. Let's see, Fire Emblem Fates, is it tonight? Yes, it is. It's been a while. Like within Azuma 11, Fire Emblem Fates has been offline for a while, of course, because the big old holiday happened. The big old summer holiday rolled around, and I was gone. I was gone for a solid 4 weeks, I believe it's been. By this point. 1 week of preparation, 3 weeks of actually being away, so that makes 4 in my book. But, yeah, glad to say that we are back. The Hinata solo run is back on. Hinata, we missed you. Yeah, exactly, Essex. Couldn't have put it better myself, I need to say. We did miss Hinata. In fact, let's go seek him out. Let's see if he's actually here. Let's see if he's present. Well, there we have the faker. Of course, we don't need that guy anymore. Well, actually, would you believe it? It doesn't seem he's here. That is rough. Yikes. Maybe we can invite him. Maybe we can invite him to start the night off well. Well, I suppose we always can, but here he is. Here's Hinata. Yeah, no, but we've been away for a bit, so we have some things to catch up on. Well, we have to first gather our bearings, I do believe, since 4 weeks it's not especially gentle in the old memory as it is.
You are an excellent master.
But I think it's about time I start acknowledging people in the chat as well. Essex, good evening. Thank you for being here. Panda, good evening. Good that you're here. Sorry. Why did you type old, Essex? Why did you type old? I am not old, I will have you know. I'm 25. I'm in the prime of my life right now. I couldn't feel better. Old is taking the piss. To put some of your language into my mouth, you know? Except my memory's bad. Well, I don't think that's age-dependent, to be completely honest. My memory's always been trash, especially short-term. But, yeah. No, but Hana's Katana, yikes. Saizo Star, massive W. And we're not going to use it in this run, but... Peaches. And we got some quartz from Takumi and Kagero? Beans. Okay. So that's all the spoils we can reap from the My Castle area right now. What was I going on about? Yeah, we need to gather our bearings, since it has been a while. Now, of course, we are at Chapter 16. We're at Chapter 16 Pleasure Palace, which means we have a solid set of maps coming up. We have a meme map coming up after this, I'm pretty sure. And I think it's Dark Forest first, or Cursed Forest, or whatever they like to call it in this game. The Leo map, I believe that's coming up next, and then is the Rainbow Sage, the infamous Rainbow Sage. Oh boy, that map is going to be very interesting. And of course, I wasn't done mentioning people in the chat yet. Christian, good evening, mate. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is one of the first streams that you've joined on my end. That's cool. Welcome, mate. Welcome. Alright, Rainbow Sage. Yes, Rainbow Sage is going to happen soon-ish. First and foremost, I believe we're in the middle of actually grinding out skills for Hinata, God Nata, as we have also called him periodically. Second time you've joined, Christian. That's good. That's good. Very welcome. And Luca as well. Good evening. Good evening. Great to have you here. You have not missed anything, Luca. We've just kicked things off, so sit back and enjoy the ride, bud. Yeah, I think we're in the middle of actually grinding out skills for Hinata. Not going to lie. I'm pretty sure we got Seal Resistance and we got Shove. It was on the overview on the thumbnail. I remember that much. We're also much overdue for an upgrade on Lilith's Temple here, because I don't think she's gaining stats after a certain level when it's in level 2. But it is what it is. Oh, we got Saizo here. Like, we're good. What do we really need is the question. We need more pearls, I think. Let's put our trust in Saizo. Obviously, we put our trust in Saizo. Like, this is going to be the easiest round of combat of his life. It says 9 damage taken per turn, but I just read success, to be completely honest. Exactly, there it is. It's already starting. He's already paying dividends. 95% hit rate, he doesn't even need Sakura, to be honest. And there it is. W. Okay. Easy round of combat for Saizo, of course. Oni Savage, yeah, that's a losing matchup, so we're not going to do that. Of course, Saizo never loses, but you gotta play it safe. You gotta play it safe when it's to do with actual pearls. Okay, so, yeah, let's see. We're looking at 4 Dragon Vein points right now. I don't even know if we can really upgrade anything by this point. We could upgrade the Hinata statue, which is always a good cause, obviously. We can actually, in fact, we could upgrade it to level 3 if we had 9 Dragon Vein points. However, that's going to take 8 more scout maps, and it's going to be a while. We might have to do them anyway, since I don't really know what the progress is here. I'm decently sure if we get 1 more level with Hinata, we get, what do we get from Blacksmith? I think it's, oh boy, what does Blacksmith get again? He gets, well, Salvage Blow is a thing, and, what does he get? It's not Armored Blow, because that's Great Knight. Guys, it's been 4 weeks. Can anyone help me? What do we got? What do we got from Blacksmith? Also, Yami, good evening. Hi. Hi, Yami. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. What do we get from level 5 Blacksmith? I think level 15 is Salvage Blow. Level 5 is, like, I completely forgot, I'm not gonna lie. It's not Counter, because that's only Chieftain. That's the other class that he gets. Then again... What even was the plan, though? And I gotta start looking this up. Okay, that's fine. I have the browser right here. I can just look this up. Blacksmith FE Fates. Let's see. Blacksmith, what do we get? We got Salvage Blow Lance Breaker. Okay, so that having been said, I am decently certain that we were never aiming to go for level 15 Blacksmith in the first place. I think we were trying to go for probably Oni Chieftain in that case. We wanted to reclass to Oni Chieftain, I have to imagine. Which by this point would take a Heart Seal, I'm decently certain. Which I guess I should have. Not going to lie. Like, there's nothing to really gain from Blacksmith by this point, because Lancebreaker is, like, cool and all. I guess it would be pretty useful for, if we're going to really be sword-locked, but that's level... Well, I guess that is... No. That must be the level 15. The breaker skills are all level 15. Also, Vinny, good evening. Boa noite. Good to have you here, bud. I don't think you're gonna I don't think you're gonna understand much, but it's great to have you here, bud. Let's see, what was I on about? Yeah, so Lancebreaker is going to be level 15, so that's not really anything we can get by this point regardless. We'd get Salvage Blow, which is really fucking useless, actually, not going to lie. Unless you're going to start forging a lot of bronze weapons, but we're not into that, I don't think, here. Now we have an extra Draco Shield, which I haven't popped yet. That'll get Hinata up to 29 defense, by the way. 30 if he wasn't equipped with a katana, of course. Now let's see. If we do... Oh, right, we gave him the Ryoma mask. He still has the parasol. If we made him Oni Chieftain right now, and we leveled him, we got the Oni Savage skills, of course, Seal Resistance and Shove. So by this point, we should get Counter or Death Blow. I forget which is which. I'm decently certain that Counter is the level 5 skill for Oni Chieftain, but you might have to correct me on that, I'm not going to lie. Regardless, I think it's good to get started on this, since we want Counter at some point. Especially since it combos so well with his personal skill. So let's change him to Oni Chieftain class. This will mean... I will take my cursor off screen as well. This will mean that we lose access to sword for a little bit. We'll have to rock out with a club. But that's okay. Like, to grind this one level out, it doesn't really matter if he's holding a katana or a club, to be completely honest. So this should gain us some defense, I think, yeah. Yeah, Blacksmith Oni Chieftain, for some reason, always gains defense, which I never really expect. It's very counterintuitive, to be honest. But we kept our luck stat on Hinata here, at least as far as Oni Chieftain is concerned. Every class has its own caps, obviously. Also, that is Hinata Fire Emblem, Vinny. That is like the one Fire Emblem character that you know. That's him. That's the goat. And again, cursor on screen. Let's take it off. So yeah, what this means, we'll have to put all of our swords into the stock here, and we'll have to take out a club, one brass club, but with infinite usability, it'll get us there, I think. So, I think with that being said, yeah, there is a looming S support between Hinata and Aoi if we decide that is a beneficial thing to do for us, which honestly, I think it might be. But we're gonna have to see how that works out in due course. For now, I say we start off this stream. I know there was a few people who said they'd probably be late, so also taking them into account. Not that I think we per se should, but taking them into account as well, it works out because we can just do a little bit of grinding. We have one challenge here, level 15 Faceless, so I'm pretty sure that should be doable. Hinata look like a caveman with that club. I think that is probably the intention of the developers. He looks the same way whether he wields it as a blacksmith or an Oni chieftain, I'm decently sure. He always hunches over, arms wide. You know how it is. But yeah, no, it's time to start grinding a bit more, I suppose. And I guess we're also grinding out the axe rank with Hinata for this. Not that that's really necessary, we really do not need that at any point, but that is alright. As per the rules of this run, of course, I can use different weapon types in scout maps. The only place where I cannot use weapons that are not swords, in fact where I cannot be in a class that is not Swordmaster, that is outside of main story maps. So in here, I'm perfectly good to just wield these weapons. And I still have animations turned off, which I think for the time being is just going to be the easiest. I don't want to watch all these animations. Lord knows we're going to have to watch a ton of them. But that's alright. So let's move towards this glittering spot. Let's take out the boss, I think. Should be able to do it. He's got a shit ton of speed by this point already. Level 11, Oni Chieftain, by the way. So essentially level 31. Well, we promoted at level 19, so level 30. There you go, one-shotting fighters. Yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to be back with Hinata here. There is Reina, yes, that's true. Just like Reina from from Inazuma 11. Yeah, no, that's true. Pearl, nice, good find. Let's see, you gotta take out this bow, and then I'm pretty sure the map is like practically over. There's one more knight tiptoeing his way over here across the ice. Can't move very far, of course, so we're gonna help him. One faceless left over, but yeah, this is what it's gonna be like for a little bit. I have to imagine it's gonna take upwards to half an hour, but not much more, to actually just get to this level. There's about, I want to say there's about 10 enemies per map, 1 EXP per enemy, and like one map is, I want to say, 1 or 2 minutes. So I'm just going to try to blaze through this as fast as possible. We could do all the My Castle stuff. I think all I'm going to do for the time being is just talk to people who found something and then run the arena. And there's Reina from Inazuma 11 and Fire Emblem. What we really need is, well, we have beans, fish, and rice, so that's pretty good. Pearls are always useful because we can forge swords with them. The only difference between Reina and Fire Emblem and Reina in Inazuma 11 is that Reina in Fire Emblem is 40. Well, I don't think she's actually quite that old. I believe she's like I guess mid-30s is pretty close to 40, so you know what? I'll just say you're right, actually. She is somewhere upwards to that range of, upwards to that age range. Yes, that's true. Okay, but that's all we're going to do. We're just going to run for pearls in the arena, and we're going to talk to the people who've actually found something. And then it's just a matter of scouting with our 30,000 gold. Given that we have a few of the more recent maps where we can potentially get stronger enemies. Most likely they're not going to be that impressive stat-wise, but it's always worth a shot. Okay, let's see. Select units. Okay, and then, yeah, no, like I said, this is what it's going to be for a bit. So, honestly, I think I'm just going to start talking about other things. Why are you killing all these people? What about all the families left home that will now go to sleep without their fathers/husbands? Oh, it's fine, Vinny. I'm also going to kill daughters and mothers, if that helps. In the game, of course. In the game. No, but, I mean, these people, it's actually canon that they don't have families, so don't even worry about it, brother. Don't even worry about it. Like, these Pegasus Knights, you think they have families? Nah, they don't. It's a widely known fact, actually, in the Fire Emblem community, that these NPCs, this cannon fodder, as we like to call it, they don't have families, actually. So we're safe. Now let's see. Insert story here to pass the time. That's what I'm going to try to do. I'm not the greatest storyteller, but I'm going to try to. Actually, I'm going to return that. I'm going to put the question onto you. Now, a lot of people will have had this question, because we actually, surprisingly, have quite a bit of overlap between the Inazuma stream last Tuesday and this stream now. Getting a lot of daikons. Appreciate that. But how has your summer been? How has your summer holiday been? I know for Vinny specifically, it's winter, so he can't answer that question. But there's a few of you in there that I haven't really talked about the summer holiday yet. How has it been? Have you done anything cool? I mean, me personally, I've told about my plans, and I think you can see the remnants of my plans. I got the Edinburgh t-shirt. Once again, went to Scotland, we went to Wales, Ireland. It was a great expedition, and it was a fantastic vacation, I have to say. Really, really got me all fueled up for more, well, just life, I guess. More of life. Gave me a much-needed break, to be honest. So now we're all back into the swing of things, which is nice, of course, as well, but... Did you get hit by the heat wave? Depends on what you consider to be the heat wave. I would say no. Decisive no. Since when we were in Wales, we had 23 to 24 degrees. We had nice sunny weather, so you know, it was great. It was perfect conditions to walk, actually. So not at all complaining about our situation there. Let's see. Where do I place Hinata real quick? There. My winter holiday was super chill. I have to imagine, Vinny. I have to imagine. But no, we did not get hit by the heat wave. Fortunately, the heat wave actually struck on the day we left. I'm pretty sure when we left Scotland, which this was actually pretty funny. We flew from Edinburgh back to Poland, and our captain on the airplane, he actually said, and I quote, "It's not often that I get to say this, but it's warmer here in Scotland than it is in Poland." So yeah, that's essentially the summary I think that you're looking for. But I mean, no, it was good. It was great weather. Bit of a damper in Ireland. We had a little bit of rain in Dublin and in Galway, but for the most part, it was very much bearable, and in fact, very much preferable to the temperatures we've been having here in mainland Europe. At least in the same period. Right now, it's pretty rainy, it's pretty drab weather outside, not going to lie, but perhaps that's for the best. The plants, the nature is suffering. Jake Wilhelm, welcome, welcome. Doing your first Lunatic run on Awakening after playing for like 13 years. It is so punishing. Brother, tell me all about it. I have not touched Awakening since I did one playthrough on like normal or hard mode, I think. I believe I tried Lunatic, but it was dead ass. I think it was impossible to do without like a guide. Or maybe I did Lunatic and I tried Lunatic Plus. Yeah, Lunatic Plus certainly is not happening anytime soon. Okay, another Daikon from Scarlet here. We can gamble. Fantastic. Love to see that. The Dawn Lottery with Rinka. This will certainly work out. It's been over 100 degrees in Oklahoma every day this week. A record for this time of year. 100 degrees Celsius. How are you still alive? No, I know. 100 degrees Fahrenheit. What does it actually translate to in Celsius? Does anyone know? It sounds pretty impressive, but that's because, you know, a 3-digit... Hinata's here. Hold on. We're locked. We're locked. Hinata is here against the Swordmaster. Easiest matchup of his life. Watch this. Boom. Hits the 47. And you know what? He's going to hit it again. Watch this. Astra? Doesn't matter. He does that shit, bro. He just does that. He's got that. That is what we love to see. That is the Astra coming in clutch. That's exactly why we got Astra. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, Oni Chieftain up next. And Hinata, go to Hinata. He's gonna do this. Watch this. Boom. Move. 16% crit rate, by the way. And Takumi has 4% as well. Hinata just needs to dodge like 1 or 2, and he's just dodged 1, so I'm decently certain he out-damages this guy now, especially with that second dodge. He needs 3 hits or 1 crit. Okay, and now he's definitively won. He literally cannot lose unless he misses 1 attack. And now he gets the... Yeah, let's get wild! There it is. That is all we need. That is the most useless Astra that he could proc, but it's okay. He's done it. 4 pearls from Goat Nata. And that's all you really need to see to sum up this run. I mean, this is really just where it's going. This is how it's been going for the past 15 maps. Okay, let's see. Mount Garu, level 20. 100 degrees Fahrenheit is 37.8 degrees Celsius, is it? That is quite a lot. Yeah. We've had those temperatures in the Netherlands as well. I think it was end of July, beginning of July, actually, sorry. It was 40 degrees Celsius at one point, which was just insufferable. And of course, that was the one day that I had to be outside the entire day for work as well in my work uniform. So was not great. Was not great to say the least. But it feels like the worst part of summer, of this heat wave ridden summer, is officially over. So at the very least, that is heartening. I'm going to start working on the right side first here, and then move to the left side. There is also a sparkly spot here, so I'm gonna salvage that real quick. Why does Hinata look like a gorilla holding a stick? Okay, Vinny, that is, well, that is one way to describe him. I also don't know what I just got, but given that I didn't get a pop-up, it must have been, like, weapon rank, which I guess I won't be able to tell. We're almost up to C clubs, actually, which it's been going very fast. Of course, if you're only attacking with one guy all the time, with one weapon, it does ramp up quite fast. We saw it in the original run as well, when we started grinding for the shuriken ranks. One map, I believe the Hisame map, it was just enough to get him up to, what was it, C rank? It was really good. Okay, there we go. Take out not the official boss, but since the boss is an outlaw, that means he should have a like a stat booster. Another Draco shield. Well, well, well. I don't think Hinata's gonna take any damage after this map, by the way, from anything. Okay. So not much more here. We're 40 kills away after we kill this outlaw. So I'd say about 4 scout maps, and then we're ready to roll onto Pleasure Palace. We're ready to go back to Swordmaster. Before then, it's very possible that we hit enough Dragon Vein points. I think, in fact, at the end of this, we will have enough Dragon Vein points to actually upgrade the Hinata statue to level 3 to make it a golden statue. Okay, that having been said, do we put our trust in Motsu? You know what? I'm feeling pretty good tonight. I'm feeling pretty good about giving characters a chance. And this Oni Savage, for some reason, very low damage output. But that's okay, you know, I'll take the free pearl. Pop off, Motsu. W. Not gonna run a second round, obviously, but... Is it only Swordmaster Hinata with Corrin support? Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's Swordmaster only Hinata. There's a few specific rules, of course, but essentially the main gist of it is I'm playing through the game. I'm soloing the game with Hinata again. I did it before, but as a Master Ninja. So now I'm going to try it as a Swordmaster, obviously melee class. So that's going to increase the difficulty a little bit. I hope at the very least. So far, it's of course just been a massive wipe because, yeah, we're hella overleveled, as is to be expected. Also, another outlaw boss, which means potentially, not potentially, guaranteed, another stat booster as a droppable item, or a staff, actually. I think you can also drop staves from these guys. But, yeah, one of the caveats as well, Jake, is... I can use other weapons, but I can only use them in maps that are not the main story maps. For example, scout maps. So I can only really grind for levels in the scout maps, and I can only be in Swordmaster class during... Rather, I can only attack as a Swordmaster in the main story maps. Defending myself is something different. Of course, I'm never going to go actively out of my way to defend with a class that is not Swordmaster. Within a reasonable range, of course. All of these rules apply, but you're going to see as the run progresses. There's going to be some strategies that we have to make use of. We certainly cannot be in... well, actually, I say that now. I'm specifically saying that because, you know, there's of course the Lava Falls map, which is pretty infamous for how toxic it is. And for that, it's very easy to just reclass the Kinshi Knight as we did in the original run as well. But honestly, I'm thinking maybe we could just try as a Swordmaster. I mean, what I also did, a sneaky little trick that I did, is I installed a mod that allows Hinata to wield the Raijinto. And of course, that makes him pretty fucking busted. Because the Raijinto might as well just solo the game on its own, not gonna lie. Don't even need the Ryoma attached. But yeah, there's every possibility that he's just able to do it as a Swordmaster. I wouldn't put money on it, but it's certainly possible, so I'm gonna give it a shot when we get to it. But let's see, Hexing Rod, okay, so no stat booster, but that's fine. That was half to be expected. We already got a Draco shield from the last map, so... Is it an Iron Man where you reset if you die or just load a save? I suppose... Like, I just reset if Hinata dies. I mean, realistically, Hinata's not going to die, but I will reset if he dies. Yeah, so in that sense, it's not quite an Iron Man. See, if I were running this as an Iron Man, that would mean that one death would just spell the end of the run, really. That would just be it. Because I only have one guy, and that's Hinata. So, yeah. No, I only have Hinata. That's the point, right, of the run, so... Fates is back. Yes, I am back, Rar. And you are back as well. Welcome back to the chat, buddy. Watching in the background while at the gym. Good luck. Wait, that's awesome. That's awesome, actually. Good luck at the gym, Rar. Get those gains, brother. Okay, we're not going to round 2 with Hayato, especially not against the Sky Knight, but... Okay. Back to the grind. What's the Raijinto? The Raijinto is a sword, Vinny. It's a legendary weapon in this game, which is, well, it's a katana. It's officially the personal weapon of this guy, Ryoma, who is, in the vanilla game, he's the only guy who can wield it. Well, if you discount DLC, of course. If you don't count DLC, Ryoma's the only guy who can wield the Raijinto sword. It is a lightning-charged katana. And that's basically all you need to know. It's able to attack at 2 range, which is normally only able to do with bows and magic and daggers, throwing daggers. That is. So that is a quick overview of the Raijinto for you. Let me take all these irrelevant units off the map real quick. Okay, where's the enemies? They're inside the fort this time. Okay, that makes it a bit easier, makes it a bit more condensed. Dual Naginata, it doesn't matter, still have 80% hit rate, so... Ah, so you're cheating, Vinny says. No, I'm not cheating. I'm just, I'm creatively making use of my resources, that's all it is. And, yeah, I got a little technical assistance for that, it's true, but I'm not cheating. No. Temporarily borrowing, exactly. I like that term as well, it's good. It's very politically correct, you know what I'm saying? Okay, this Faceless goes down in 1 round of combat. See, even if we don't have a weapon with a lot of might, it's just Hinata doubles everything by this point, and these enemies are decently squishy, like even the Faceless, so even with their big HP pools, it doesn't really matter. Okay, take out this bow. I should have taken out the Faceless, actually, so I had an extra turn to go to that sparkly spot. But realistically, it's going to be, what, like 300 gold or a bit of weapon XP, and like, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Let's see. Kagero, what do you got? Accessories? We don't have accessories, buddy. Hinata, though. Hold on. Gained a surge of speed and defense. Really unnecessary for the upcoming maps, but I guess he is just built a little different. I'm not going to lie. Saizo again? Yeah, we're locked, bro. We're locked. Also, that reminds me that last stream, of course, last stream we completed Wolfskin Peak, and that means that we are officially 1 unit down. Kaze! Common L Kaze, give it up for Kaze's death. Fuck you, Kaze, no one cares. Okay, round 2 for Saizo against Sky Knights here. But what that means, fortunately, is that I never have to look at Kaze in the arena again either, because Saizo now procs his support with Orochi to invite her. And it looks like he's going to take this one home. And there it is. W. Goat Saizo, exactly. Possibly one of the best units in this game. Quite possibly the best. But I'm not too big of an authority on the tier list for this game to be able to say that definitively. Okay. Challenge level 20 on Mount Geru. Christian, you still think the child unit should have been able to inherit the right to use the legendary weapons of their parents? Honestly, yeah. I mean, why not? Like, what's the holdup? Why save it only for the DLC, you know? Then again, there's not that many legendary weapons that you really would have to lock them to specific characters, I feel like. It's not like you can duplicate them either. So yeah, no, I mean, Shiro should have realistically just been able to wield the Raijinto. I mean, same with, Brynhilder, that's the name that I was looking for. Forrest should just be able to wield the Brynhilder, not going to lie. But, you know, it is what it is. The devs decided that this would be the best way, and you know what? The devs' word is final at the end of the day. So, we're just going to trust that this was their best judgment, and that this was the best decision. It wasn't, by the way, but that's okay. We're gonna pretend like they made the best decision. No Candace, you gotta reset the run. It's my sister in Christ. I don't think anyone has ever mentioned Candace in a positive way before. I'm not going to lie. There is no one who remembers this character, and there's even less people who are going out of their way to get Midori, to keep Kaze alive painstakingly, to get Midori to get to Candace. No one. Deadass no one. And if you find someone that's not yourself, I will applaud you. Okay, so yeah, I think we're like one scout map away. We're looking at 90 EXP right now. Obviously, you can all read numbers. You can all read Latin numbers, so I don't really need to proclaim that to you. But we're one map away after this. We're going to be up to 95 EXP. And that's going to be enough to get the level 5 skill for Oni Chieftain with this next level up. And by that point, we have been going for roughly half an hour. So my time management is actually looking pretty crisp, not going to lie. Azura gave us Rice, common W for Azura. And we got Setsuna and Hinoka in the arena. Now, of course, we have to bet on Hinoka, because Setsuna... I wish she were better, man. I really wish she were better, but... Holy, she does absolutely nothing in this game. Okay, Hinoka doubling is good. If Setsuna hits this... What did I expect? If Setsuna hits the 50-50, then it would have been great. That would have been just the battle over with, but... As it stands, the recent birthday girl gets us 2 pearls. 2 days ago, 18th of August, that was Hinoka's birthday, as far as I'm aware. So happy birthday to Hinoka. Eternally like 18 or 20. I forgot. She doesn't have a canon age, but... Okay, wooden ball from Silas. Yikes, but Daikon is fine. We can just give that to Lilith. It doesn't matter, really. It buffs resistance, but I doubt we're going to need much resistance in the upcoming maps either. Especially in Pleasure Palace, I think there's... well, in this version of Pleasure Palace, there's actually no gimmicks like that. There is one in Conquest, of course, where you have the... well, they're not cauldrons, are they? They're urns or like pots that you can break for certain benefits. That map fucking sucks, by the way. Why is there a time limit? But, okay, one more map, and really it doesn't matter where we go, so Border Walls it is. And this is the final scout map that we have to do for the level 5 Oni Chieftain skill, which I'm decently certain is counter, but it could just as well be Deathblow. I could not tell you right now. It's been a bit too long for that, I'm afraid. But... Are they in the fort? They're in the fort. So there we go. Oops. I am attacking with... ooh, yikes. Okay. Can't be having that, I'm afraid. So, yeah, no, we can't be doing that. According to the rules, I cannot attack with Aoi, and honestly, I did not think she was up front, not going to lie. So, run dead, yeah, just give it up, give it up. It's fine. I think I saved, like, right before getting the... How far up is he? Yeah, just before entering the map, so no worries. But yeah, of course, can't attack with Aoi. We have to attack with Hinata, so let's go back to the border walls. It should be the same scout, and let's do it again. let's do it right this time. Let's only do it with Hinata. Came this far. Let's have a counter for rule breaking. Yeah, but I never break rules, so it's fine. I say, having just broken a rule, but that's okay. You know, that's okay. It happens. You know, it's been a while. It's been a while. We gotta give me some leniency as well. I feel like there you go. Switched. It's all good now. We're saving. Hinata's up front. We're getting Hinata up there, killing this soldier with Hinata in one go, and there it is. Would Setsuna have Setsuna boost as an Inazuma 11 player? I feel purely for the name, yes. I feel if we take into account her personality, that should be a definite no, because there's no shot she has reflexes that are that fast. I might be horribly mistaken on Setsuna as a character, I'm not going to lie, it's very possible. But we got the level up as the Oni Chieftain, so let's see what we actually get. Brilliant level up, by the way. Strength, speed, defense, fantastic. I think it's counter, again, but... It's Deathblow. Okay, so we got Deathblow. Deathblow is still useful, of course, since we're going to be initiating a lot of combat, especially with Astra and Duelist's Blow. It's a very nice combination. We're definitely getting rid of seal resistance for that. So now we have 2 blow skills in the old skill list. So it's fun. It's fun pairing all the blow skills together. If I were able to get like Armored Blow or something, then I would definitely get it. But as it stands, that is not a possibility, because that is a Norian class, of course. Yeah, Dry Blow as well. Dry Blow, classic Dry Blow in Fire Emblem Fates. No, banger move in Inazuma 11, of course, but not a thing in Fates. Lots of blows, but not the dry one. Not the dry variety. Also, I saw a question, who's Candace? Candace is a mini-boss from one of the child maps. She's the mini-boss of the map that Kaze's daughter, Midori, is recruited in. And she's a bit of a meme because she's fat and She's in Heroes, and she has the most awful voice you've ever heard in your life. Not going to lie. So yeah, that's Candace in a nutshell. I don't think there's much else to really discuss about her, to be honest. Okay, well, Ryoma, yeah, that's an easy win. No, there is no dry blow in Fire Emblem. Vinny, I can give you an overview of all the blows right now. The dry blow is not in there. Also, is Ryoma seriously gonna... That's crazy. Ryoma actually lost to a fucking 50-50 Swordmaster. I think I yielded in time. Yeah. So, well, I forfeited, so I don't think I got it back, actually. Yikes. How many? Yeah, I lost my Pearl. Yikes. El Ryoma. That's crazy. No, there's no dry blow, Vinny. There's certain blow, there's armored blow, there's warding blow, there is death blow, of course, darting blow, certain blow. So there's quite a few blows, but dry blow is not one of them. Okay, but that having been said, Hinata has dry blow. No, he does not. He has death blow. He does not have he does not have dry blow. I just finished saying that is not a thing in this game. So we're reclassing back to Samurai, back to Swordmaster, of course, and we're going into Pleasure Palace. That's what we're doing. Let me get the Heart Seal and let me use that real quick. So we're going back to Swordmaster. We're gonna lose a few stats. We're gonna lose a lot of defense. Gonna lose 6 points of defense, 3 points of strength, but of course we gain a lot of skill and speed for it in exchange. Yeah. Going back to what this run is supposed to be. And there he is. Swordmaster Hinata. The way that the Dawn Dragon envisioned Hinata's life going. Back up to 30 luck. 29 defense. We have found the cap for Hinata's defense as a Swordmaster, apparently. So we're never getting higher than 29 defense, I'm pretty certain. Unless we potentially like upgrade the Aoi statue. Not entirely sure how that works, but as it stands, the chances are against us getting... oh, let's see, I gotta get Hisamaru Mark II, of course. Our chances are against getting another point of defense in this run, especially if we keep being in the Swordmaster class. Now, let's see. I had the Raijinto. I might as well just carry it because it gives 4 strength when carried. Like, I don't even have to use it. It just gives flat 4 strength when carried in the inventory. So let's see. Let me take a concoction, and I think we're good to go. Honestly, like we've got some interesting maps coming up, and let me just have a quick peek at if we can buy more seals by this point. We can, but no heart seals. So I think we're gonna have to wait for an upgrade for that, which. I'm decently certain... Ooh, that's not going to happen for a while, actually. I've already burned through all of my heart seals. Okay, well, that is potentially a little crippling. Not going to lie, but we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. We got friendship seals anyway. We can get the friendship seals because we got one. We got an A+ support with Takumi, and partner seals are going to be useful later on as well. So let's do that for now. Okay, but let me see, maybe I can invite Hinata. No, I cannot, but I can invite Saizo. So, W Saizo. I'd be more than happy to see Saizo, of course. Listen to him absolutely roast us.
If it was anyone else but you, I'd say that was a complete waste of my time.
I know, King. I know. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking the time to check up on us. Saizo left in high spirits, even though he just absolutely bombarded us. But yeah, okay. That's all we can do, preparation-wise. So, I think it's time that we actually head on to Chapter 16. And we head on to Pleasure Palace. And Pleasure Palace is a place, let me tell you that much. Of course, the plot here is that we've entered Nor definitively now. Now that we've seized Mount Garu, now that we've absolutely exterminated all of the Wolfskin people for no reason. Yago has failed in his plan to actually kill us on Mount Garu. Well, he killed one guy, and that was Kaze, so honestly, W Yago for doing that. But now, the new plan, I'm pretty sure, is just to make Takumi sick. I'm pretty sure he catches like an illness at this point. And we go to Pleasure Palace to get medicine, because they store medicine here. It's a big hub for medicine storage. And supposedly they have the medicine that Takumi needs to get Bachi. But, of course, classic Fire Emblem ambush. So, in fact, we are not going to be getting that medicine anytime soon. Okay, that being said, not much to really prepare for here. Yeah, so here's the thing, right? I do not have chest keys. So I think I need to rely on the outlaws here to open these chests. So I need to be careful not to kill the outlaws too quickly. That is the only thing. But aside from that, we are free to do whatever, honestly. Like, see this damage output? Yeah, I don't think much is going to touch him, to be honest. 31% crit rate as well. I'm pretty sure that Deathblow gives him... What does it give him? 20% crit? Yeah, 20% crit. So it is quite an increase, I can tell you that much. The Parasol, in fact, it gives even more crit. 41% crit. And with Raijinto, of course, yeah, it's just a little too easy. But yeah, we have to be quick. I also have to turn back on combat animations. I remembered that. So here's the thing. These people are all static, right? So we have to go through them first. So these guys, they have lock touch. Well, it's only this guy that has lock touch. So I have to wait for this guy to grab both of those chests down there. But of course I need to pierce through this wall first, so let's just get started on that. Lucas, good evening. You've joined at the perfect time, man. We're getting wild right now. We are getting absolutely wild. You haven't missed anything because we just grinded for half an hour to get Deathblow on Hinata, and it's gorgeous. It's been gorgeous. This was the literal first round of combat after he got Deathblow. So yeah, that tells you enough, I think. We went to watch a film. Well, what film? And yeah, like Panda asks, was it good? That is, of course, the main decider in answering whether you've actually missed anything or not. Yeah, prepare to see this a lot, by the way. Samurai, of its own, I believe, already has a crit increase. I believe it has a native 5 to 10% crit increase. So, it's quite considerable already what he does, critical hit-wise. Now, lots of two-range weaponry here, of course, so I'm thinking it's actually, unironically, it may be time for the Parasol. I would use the Raijinto, but people were saying that it was lame, so I'm using the Parasol instead. Parasol Gaming. It doesn't double, but with Hinata's damage output, it may just like kill outright or crit. So 48% crit. Let's see, Parasol Gaming? It's just a one-shot. That's fine. But now at least we should be able to counter everything that comes our way this turn. Outlaw is doing his job, grabbing all of the stuff in the chests, so that's good. Okay, of course, Deathblow only works on initiation, only when we initiate combat, when we have to be the subject to combat, like this, when we have to defend. We have to count on Deathblow not to work, so it's always 20% crit less. But still, 30% crit is phenomenal. At this stage in the game, like, come on. You were watching the Sheep Detectives, Lucas, didn't expect much and had a great time. That's always the best. When you go to see a film, you don't expect much, but it turns out to be a banger. That's good. That's good. That's your money's worth, if you even paid for it. I don't even know. You drop an image of the cover if the name doesn't ring a bell. Yeah, definitely drop that in the Discord server, because I have never heard of that name, to be honest. Okay, so the only problem with the Parasol, of course, is that once we get to these promoted classes, we're not going to be able to one-shot them as reliably. Like, even these sorcerers who really do not have that much defense in this game, they don't get one-shot by the Parasol, because we can't double with the Parasol. So unless we crit. But the 26 so far has not been too reliable. That's alright. All you paid for was a bottle of Coca-Cola from the Jumbo? Oh yeah, that's certainly worth it then. I guess you didn't actually go to the cinema, you just want to watch with a friend, wasn't it? But let's see. Yeah, the big threat on this map is definitely going to be the sorcerers. Obviously, Hinata is not looking too hot in the resistance department. Samurai, Swordmasters, just in general, are not looking too hot in the defenses department. So, got to be careful to take out all of the sorcerers first. That will definitely be priority number 1. Okay, taking out this Armored Knight before he's able to prop his own his own guard stance. That's good, we'd like to see that. All of the heroes should die this turn. There's the first 2 ranged barrel crit, I think. No, the second one, but yeah, this is fantastic damage output. 99, no enemy's gonna live that, realistically. Especially not at this stage. This is what I've really been waiting for Astra and then crits. Astra crits, any like skill-based skill triggering in conjunction with... Oh, we have chest keys, hold on. I could certainly put this into Convoy. They disappear after this map, but I can use them on this map, certainly. Okay. But, yeah, I was saying something, but I completely forgot because we got the chest key, not gonna lie. The Jumbo, yeah, it's a grocery shop. It's a supermarket chain in the Netherlands. I believe it operates exclusively in the Netherlands, in fact. Also, it's good that we got that chest key, because only this outlaw was going for a piece of treasure. And I have to make sure to actually take this guy out real quick, so I get the money and the silence. Now, what's really important is that we catch up to the outlaws at the end of this map. For anyone who's seen the original Hinata solo run, the first one, you'll know that it's critical. You know that there's an arm scroll in those chests down there. I believe there's 10,000 gold and there's an arm scroll. Now, the arm scroll, of course, we're already at S-rank swords, so you could argue that it's not really that necessary, and I would agree with you. But I'd still like to have it, you know. Also, I need to crit this guy direly, not gonna lie. Did not crit that guy, so that's gonna be a 1-turn loss. Just have to take him out first. I was talking about Astra triggers. Oh, that's true. Skill-based skill triggers in conjunction with crits are the most satisfying thing ever. I mean, we're talking Luna, we're talking Astra, we're talking Soul. It's always the most satisfying thing. You don't get the little face cut in twice, but okay, yeah, these certainly these mages are doing a number on Hinata. Like this damage output on the dark mages, the sorcerers, it's really high, of course, because low resistance. But at least we're in vantage range now, so that helps as well. Okay, so yeah, this next turn, we're actually, yeah, we're not looking too great, like efficiency-wise. I can't move through there because all of the fighters are blocking my path now. Would Quixotic be worth getting? See, that's a question I've been pondering. Like, Quixotic... I think people like Quixotic because, like, it gives them an extra chance to get procs on their skill-based skills, and I get that. At the same time, what you have to realize is that Quixotic actually gives the exact same effect to your opponent. I believe, what was it give? Like a 10 to 15% increase in likelihood for skill-based skills to trigger? But yeah, it gives that exact same boost to your opponent as well. So if we ever face an opponent with, say, lethality, if we ever face a Master Ninja with lethality, which I don't think you actually do in Birthright at any point, but if you were to do that, you actually need to kind of... The goddess icon, I do kind of need that. Hold on. Yeah, I need to stay here for one more turn, I think. We're gonna have to run real fast to get to the other side, but... We're gonna have to beeline, essentially. But, yeah, Quixotic 15% skill trigger and 30% hits at both sides. Yeah, so it's a real double-edged sword. That's not to say that it's bad, like by no stretch of the imagination. In fact, it's very good. 30 extra hits is great, but... You know, if we're having that against Master Ninjas with good skills, with potentially a lethality or an Astra, you never know how quirky the skill sets get in Lunatic. Oh boy, they're already there. Oh, that's gonna be rough. Okay, that's fine. I just have to move really fast. I think I can one-shot all of these dark mages, so... Yeah, I'll just do that. I don't have to heal. Yeah, if only we had Pass. I mean, if we had Pass... What class does it even give you Pass in this game? Is it Outlaw? It's decently sure it's Outlaw or Adventurer, even. Probably Adventurer, actually. Pretty sure it's an advanced class skill as well. Not that Pass is, like, ever useful, to be completely honest. Like, I have never been in a scenario where Pass has been a useful skill for me, not going to lie. But, in this specific scenario, I suppose it would have been decently helpful. Vantage, Astra, crit. This is what it's all about, baby. This is what it's all about. Triggering 3 things in a row is awesome. Vantage, Astra, crit. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Also, this random-ass outlaw just being in that room for some reason. What does he have? He has something, this scallywag. A silver bow, that's what he has. And no lock touch, famously, because he's an offensive unit. He's like one of the stronger units on this map, actually. 26 attack, nothing to scoff at. Of course, we have 28 defense, so we can scoff at him realistically. But, okay, there is a sorcerer here, which I'm not too happy about that. So I think I'll pull out the concoction here, just to be safe. Looking at 39 HP, that should be more than enough. Yeah, there's a 10,000 gold. There's a strategist coming in as well. And the maid. If we crit this maid, that would be fantastic. Or Astra or anything. Okay, that's good. That's great, actually. That means that she can't actually choke the hallway, the entrance to the next room. So, that's good. There is a possibility that the sorcerer still does it. Of course, the sorcerer is much more... much more weak to dying than the maid is, of course, having a weapon triangle advantage against our swords. Carbo! Hey, good evening. The untouchable Hinata. Yes, he's back. He's officially back from holidaying. Yes, he is. And it's good. It's good to be back. But we're immediately diving into a map where we're pretty pressed for time. Not going to lie. We have to move decently efficiently. And honestly, I have not been doing that. So... it's a bit of a race against time. Yeah, see, again, I need a crit or I need an Astra. I need something to kill this sorcery. And I don't get either, so that's gonna waste a turn. So by this point, I'm decently certain that we're gonna lose one of the items in that room. I get a door key from this strategist, which I guess is helpful. Missed the 50-50 on the crit, but that's alright. Yeah, this map is it's not a marathon, it is a sprint by all means. Also, I accidentally skipped that enemy phase, not going to lie. Automatically did that after all the grinding we did just now. But yeah, the first outlaw's moving out. This guy has the arm scroll, this guy's 13,000 gold. There's a shit ton of outlaws coming our way, and these guys... they actually do a surprising amount of damage. They were more threatening when we were a Master Ninja, of course, because of the weapon triangle. But still, if we get some unlucky hits with these guys, might get a little dicey, I'm not going to lie. It's lucky the maid's attack got dual guarded, otherwise the debuffs would have been a bother. Yeah, well, realistically, I think, what does she have? A silver dagger? I think it drops strength by like 4 potentially, which he still would have been able to one-shot these mages. So that's not really a big concern for me personally. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this map is a bit of a race against time, especially when you're running just a single guy. Also, Dragon King, welcome to the chat, welcome to the chat, welcome to Fire Emblem Fates. Hinata only, Swordmaster only. Oh boy, we got the Great Club. Oh, I wish, bro. I wish I was an Axe class, because the Great Club is so fun to use. Look at that. 55 inherent crit, by the way. That is, with most characters, if you're an advanced class and you have Deathblow, that is a guaranteed 90 to 100% crit. With the Great Club. Of course, at the drawback of having only 45 hit. But it's an awesome weapon. It's such a nice gambling weapon. Okay, so another hallway being choked. That's not great for us, to be completely honest. I'm decently certain Yago attacks through the wall as well. Yago moves on this map. I remember that from the original Hinata solo run. So I'm not going to try to provoke him just yet. Okay, and there's the 57 crit. Of course, because we got Astra, damage got cut in half, and then it got tripled because of the crit. But as soon as we clear this hallway, we can move on. And there is still a possibility that we get to those escaping outlaws on time. But there's also a decent possibility that we don't, so we have to be prepared for that. Nice umbrella. Oh, Vinny. Oh, Vinny, my sweet summer child. It's not just an umbrella. That is the parasol. The parasol with 10 crit. Now, I don't think crit tells you much, Vinny, not being a Fire Emblem player yourself, but this is a crit, and it triples your damage. And let me tell you, 10% crit rate, I should say. That's pretty considerable. Couple of forges and the great clubs are pretty accurate, that's true, but hey, you need to be lucky enough to drop great clubs, because... Oh boy. Okay, here's another case of I need an Astra or I need a crit. And I get neither, so that's another turn wasted, so... With every turn we waste, it's getting more unlikely that we catch these outlaws. But... It is what it is. It really was a matter of positioning, I suppose. That's okay. If we don't get the arm scroll, it's like not the end of the world. I think it sells for 10,000 gold as well, so it would be really huge if we got it, but... If it doesn't happen, yeah, one of the outlaws, the one with the 13,000 gold's already gone. So that's a shame, but it is what it is. The money really would have helped, not going to lie. That outlaw, yeah, another choke point. Yeah, it's over. GG. We're not getting that arm scroll, but that's okay. Been through worse. And I think Fates gives you plenty of money anyway. Lots of weapons we can sell as well at the end of the ride, so no real difficulty. It's a shame, but it is what it is. Okay, so that means it's time to wipe out the map. That's all we really have to do now. Now that we can't get any treasures anymore. No reset? You think I'm gonna reset this map? Have we looked at this map? I'm not gonna reset this shit. Why would I reset? For a bit of money? Nah, you get money thrown at you in Fire Emblem Fates. Like, it would be nice short term, because we are running kind of low on funds, but especially considering that we don't have to buy seals at this point, we actually don't need that much money right now. Yeah, I guess you could consider a crit in Fire Emblem to be equivalent to a breach in an Azumai level. Yes, you could certainly consider it to be that. If that makes the analogy easier, Vinny, which I imagine it does. If this was Conquest, you probably would have reset. Oh, if this was Conquest, absolutely. Like, come on. Conquest, limited money, limited resources, limited time to get EXP and money. Unless you have the one of the DLC maps, I guess. But no, obviously if this was Conquest, I would have reset. Yeah, for sure. Now, by this point, here's a very fun thing about this map, right? There's a lot of static enemies, actually. And there's these two guys that we have yet to touch. Yeah, these guys, they're just kind of here. They don't move. This guy's still here as well. We're going to have to backtrack. Like, guaranteed. But okay, let's first take out these two small guys. And then, you know what? I'm tired of I'm tired of the parasol. Steel Lance is not going to attack us anyway, so might as well go one range. Hisamaru Mark II. It's back in action. Lock in. And a crit immediately. That's what you love to see. Bang, boom. 87. 87 damage on one attack. Conquest Hinata solo when? Believe it or not, I do want to do it. I have yet to find a way to do it, but I want to try it, if it's possible. I'm certain that the resource management is a lot easier in Conquest if you only use one guy. One silly guy. Okay, so remember Yago moves. So I need to... Okay, so this is obviously his range with one of the magic orbs. When he moves, he can move up to here, so boom boom. I should not go in the range of that. Well, I need to go in the range of this guy because he's static. Which is the great thing about this map. Static enemies. But, here's a great thing. If I stand here, right? If I stand here, then Yago will be forced, actually, to initiate combat at one range. And what that means is that I can absolutely just destroy his ass. Now, because of the Blinding Blade as well, the Sunrise Katana +1, which gives an additional 20 avoid, it didn't really come through there against this sorcerer, not going to lie. But with Duelist Blow, yeah, we're getting up to 0% hit rates. So, it's very funny. It's very funny, this weapon is. And because he's a Swordmaster now, he double wields this. Yeah, I'm not really scared of Yago. He does like a lot of damage, but I don't think it one-shots us. So, especially with the with the Blinding Blade, with the Sunrise Katana, we should be alright. It's looking a little dicey. Yeah, if we got hit by that, I think it might have been a bit more dangerous, but we're taking out the General with a crit, and that's us moving on pretty easily. Another chest key. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're dodging these. You can actually time the dual guides if you know what you're doing. That's true, like I'm expertly doing right here. And there it is. That's just baiting out Iago. This is, it really is quite that easy. 25% hit rate, 23 damage, which is actually pretty good. Obviously, it doesn't matter, as we can see in Iago's very expressive face up there. He knows he's gonna lose. Because we have a 32 times 2 with 100% hit rate. What do you think you're doing, minion? Bring on Aoi! We're not gonna do that, Chief. We're not gonna do that. There's the Ginunga Gap, the Gunga Ginga. That's hit number 1. And there's the boss of this map down in 1 round of combat. It is really just that easy. This is nothing compared to what King Garen will do. King Garen's not... We already killed King Garen, man. Clearly, he has not been paying attention. We already killed that guy, like... When was it? Chapter 12? Like 3 maps ago? 4 maps ago? Okay, but it's Parasol time. Yeah, we can take out these Dark Mages. Let's get wild! Yeah, also Aoi was just standing right there, so Iago might have to pop by the Specsavers later. Whatever the Norian equivalent of the Specsavers is. Okay, 2 more Dark Mages, and then we have to make our grueling trek back to the start of this map. But hey, honestly, we move pretty efficiently. Not efficiently enough. Well, we move pretty efficiently. We could have got there in time, but got choked on a few points. That's really the danger of this map. I should have positioned myself better not to have the actual choke happening, but... Well, as they say, it is what it is. I made my bed, and now I must sleep in it. That's how it always is. Okay. Player phase, yeah, now we're just tracking back to the beginning of the map, because I'm decently certain all the chests have been looted. We got the spoils from these, of course. We got a Hex Rod, and I'm decently certain, like, some money. But, or it was the Waning Rod, even. I don't think it was a Hex Rod, but... I love how ranged Parasol Astra is just Hinata Umbrella Machine Gun. Couldn't have put it better myself, Carbol. Really couldn't have. That is what it is. Okay. One-shotting the last guy with a key on this map. Again, the keys... I guess they would have technically been useful, but yeah, we didn't get there in time. It's always a time crunch, this map. And frankly, you know, I really shouldn't complain because, I mean, look at what Hinata's done on this map. But I think it's a little unfair that, you know, they're putting the chests so far away from us and so close, you know, to our enemies. I think that's a little cheap, not gonna lie. Like, you can tell that that Garen had something to do with this, and I'm not a great fan of that. I'm not a great fan of this corruption, to be completely honest. I say as we actively loot Garen's own kingdom that he owns and rules. But yeah, here we go. The last knight, okay, is in fact not static. My apologies for that, but he comes to us, and with a well-placed non-crit, we have 1 more round of combat to go, and then this map should be done and dusted. So that's chapter 16. That is chapter 16, over and done with. And from here on out, we're gonna get a few interesting maps. Let me tell you that much. Iago's been taken out, but would you believe it? It's I don't think it's let's see if I'm right. Yeah, he just warps away. Yeah, how could he just disappear like that? That's what we call plot armor. That's what we call plot armor, ally. We need him. I've been defeated, but I can't fall here. As the iconic video by Bismix goes, of course. Okay, but that's chapter 16 done, which means we have access to a few more upgrades, I'm decently certain. We have access to the healing tile as well, which is not useful in the slightest. But we can upgrade Lilith's Temple to level 3. We can upgrade the private quarters to level 2, which I will be considering once we have had someone visit. That being, you know what, we can get Caspar in here, that's fine.
I'm not a child. I'm a grown man.
Yeah, man, you're sure. You're sure you're a grown man. We can play chess. I would love to play chess, actually.
I really miss my family sometimes. But I'm glad I have you.
W. Hayato. You know what? Hayato is he's not a bad kid. He's not a bad character. In fact, he's pretty interesting, actually. You know, even if he does have this shtick of, oh, you know, don't treat me like a child. Don't treat me like a child. This and that. Sorry, Lilith, haven't upgraded your temple yet, so you're not getting any food. Let me just do that real quick. Let me upgrade Hinata's statue as well. I might consider doing right now. It's like there's no real benefit to anything else. Because it allows him to get 1 extra point of strength above his cap. And it'll just give us a golden statue, which is pretty awesome, IMO. So we burned through our Dragon Vein points pretty efficiently with that one, but... Okay, plenty of Daikon to give Lilith, so enjoy! Daily Daikon. Doesn't Iago have an eye mask that covers his right eye? That's true. He does in fact have that. I don't actually know if it, like, completely obscures his vision on his right eye. I have to imagine it's more of like a visor of sorts, but... It could be obscuring his view. Let's see. Arena. Oboro, did we trust Oboro with our lives? I would put my life savings on Oboro when she entered the arena. Lock in. 2-tapping this ninja? That's okay. You know what? Actually, it doesn't even matter. Like, she's just gonna do it regardless. Yeah. I'm glad I yielded. Okay, so if I put my life savings on Oboro there, I would have been broke right now, and I forfeited my pearl. Again, do I still have 19 pearls? I did not, in fact, yield on time. Yikes. Okay, so that's another pearl gone. Like, the biggest powerhouses from Hoshido, they've just not been delivering. Right, Jinto, I mean Ryoma, and now Oboro, like... It's crazy. It's like Hinata is carrying this whole game, and no one else has any power to do anything. It's crazy. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to really do except just plow on, I suppose. Oh, I forgot about one more map before the Rainbow Sage. Before the Dark Forest and the Rainbow Sage, that is. We got the Ice Tribe Village. But this one's free. This one's just free EXP, honestly. So it's like, it doesn't even matter that much. So let's take stock real quick. Let's quickly take stock here. So Hinata has 81 EXP. Here's the thing. We could just get a free level up because we have 2 scout maps as well. We could get a free level up and get like a skill that we might want. We have friendship seals. However, here's the thing. We don't have heart seals anymore, which is pretty rough. If we had heart seals... on God, if we had heart seals, that would have been great. We also capped luck already. 33 apparently is the cap for Hinata as a Swordmaster. Yeah, if I... that is a bit of a predicament. When can I upgrade the... when can I upgrade the Rod Shop again? And can I buy infinite heart seals by that point? That is my question. Let's see. Can I actually check online? Is that like something I can find? Rod Shop, FE Fates, does it have like an inventory? Rod Star, let's see. Chapter completion, chapter 20 is the next time I can actually... Ooh, I can rake... Ooh, yikes. Chapter 20 is what? That is surely after the lava falls, isn't it? Chapter 20, FE Fates. I should probably know. That is... I'm only seeing Conquest and... It's for Dragonfall. Oh, I think that's actually... That is after the lava falls. Yeah, yikes. That is pretty crippling, I'm not going to lie. So there's actually not much we can do right now, because as per the rules, I have to be in Swordmaster. Yeah, so that's all we can do right now. I guess we're not skill grinding for anything else for a bit. I guess we're just gonna go for Sword Fair and see how it goes, until we can get more heart seals. But let me actually verify if you can get like unlimited heart seals from that as well. Level 3 infinite. Please say heart seal. Okay, level 3 Rod Shop. It does allow you to get infinite heart seals, but until that time, I think we're running on rations. Which is to say, we're running on 0 heart seals. So, yeah. That's a situation I didn't anticipate. Okay, I really thought we'd get more heart seals, not going to lie, but that's my bad. Should have been paying attention. But hey, live and learn. So I guess that means we're pushing on to the Ice Tribe village. We're just, we're literally snowballing, I suppose. So yeah, what that means is we're beelining for Sword Fair. And I think we should be able to get there decently quickly. No one cares about the plot of Heavy Fates, come on. Even though we've been away for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, no one cares about the plot. I'll tell you the plot. We went to the Ice Tribe village because we trust Flora. Turns out Flora stabs us in the back, actually. So now we're fighting the entirety of the Ice Tribe village. That's all it is. And, in fact, Flora is the boss of this map. However, as we will find out after this map, Flora has been blackmailed by King Garen. King Garen threatened to slaughter the entire Ice Tribe if she did not kill Corrin. Or betray Corrin at the very least. So that's tough. It's going to be a rough matchup against her, but it's not going to be too bad, I think. It's going to be... Hinata's going to be able to hold his own just well, I think. So, that being said, this map is very interesting. I said in the original run that I think it's probably one of the most interesting ones in Birthright. Granted, it is a route the enemy map. However, as you can see... There's only one enemy on this map, and that's Flora. Why is that? For people who've played Fates, you'll know this. The reason for this is that all of the enemies, almost all of the enemies on this map, are fully optional. If you visit these villages, if you visit any of these villages, with exception of this northernmost one, enemies will spawn in with items that drop. So essentially you're still getting the same spoils from the village as you would visiting a regular village, but this time you have to kill some guys. In-game, of course. There is also one wave of enemies that spawns at like turn 15, I think. Probably a bit earlier, actually. Once you advance to a certain point, it does it as well, I'm decently sure. But yeah, it's a very interesting map. But of course, there's not much to do right now, so let's give ourselves something to do, huh? All of these villagers are very hostile towards us as well. Do you even realize you're surrounded? No, not yet, but I will soon, yeah. So there's 9 enemies for us to contend with. But it's easy enough. Like, these are all unpromoted enemies. I think in the later villages there will be promoted enemies. There might also already be 1 or 2 right now, but... Yeah, there's 1 Berserker and 1 Sorcerer. So, like, if these are the worst of our troubles, then... Frankly, I think we're fine. Oh, a Master Seal. If he'd had a Heart Seal, that would have been a lot better. Not going to lie. Okay, and the Berserker. We're not afraid of the Berserker, of course. We will use the Parasol. We have the Death Blow and the Duelist's Blow, of course, working in harmony here. And that's good. We kill the Sorcerer, which is by far the most threatening part of this part of the enemies. Okay, do not send the Parasol to the convoy. Send the Master Seal to the convoy. Getting hit by 29s, always lovely. Never trust blue-haired girls called Flora. Literally, there's one in Inazuma 11 as well that you also cannot trust. It's crazy. Well, I guess in Japanese she's called something different. Fran, right? But Flora in the dub, which is, yeah, it's quite poignant, I have to say that. We're gonna save money for Eternal Seals, right? Considering that level 20 is coming closer and closer. Yeah, it's, What about Azura? Did I bring Azura? Oh dear, did I bring Azura? No, I didn't. Okay, good. I was about to say, did I bring someone? No. No, we're trusting Azura, because she's not called Flora. So, she does have blue hair. You're right about that. But she's trustworthy. No, you can trust her. You can put your life savings on Azura. She will never disappoint you. Okay, and here we go. The first Berserker matchup. 2 damage, 2% hit rate, 0% crit rate. There are some much scarier Berserkers at a later point, I think. Or at least they were, of course, again, when we were in a blue class, in the Master Ninja class. But of course, right now, that is not relevant. Okay, Sunrise Katana, and we roll. Let's get... No. Close enough. Close enough. Azura couldn't get into engage. It's true. It's true. She's not the main character, and she doesn't have enough junk in the trunk to be represented, like Camilla is. But well, she was in Warriors. She was DLC in Warriors, wasn't she? W. Alongside Oboro and Niles. Not Hinata, of course, because why would they ever give Hinata anything, right? That's why I'm doing all this. That's why I'm putting in all this effort. You killed the zero magic bolt axe berserker. I'm evil. I am evil. That's true. Like, if that makes me evil, then I'll be evil all day, every day. Killing that guy is honestly just what he deserves. Okay, so here's the obligatory enemies that spawn once you get deep enough. And I think, in fact, it's turn 6. Right. It's not turn 16, it's turn 6. So that's fine. In that case, I'm going to hold off on spawning more enemies right now. I'm going to kill this maid first and foremost. And they actually have silver daggers. Like, we're getting to the point where a lot of enemy units, especially promoted units, are having silver weapons. And the damage output on those guys is much more threatening. Robro and Niles really the most popular Fates characters they could add to Warriors? See, once you've gotten past all the Royals, I would think that Niles and Oboro are pretty far up there. Yeah. Like, Azura is probably one of them, hence why she was there, I have to imagine, being essentially the secondary main character of Fates. But I mean, yeah, I know Niles is popular, for sure. I don't know about Oboro, but she's a really good unit, so perhaps if Japanese players, or even, I guess, yeah, English players, care about good characters rather than good personalities, good units rather than good personalities, then it's certainly possible. I mean, Oboro stands out, of course. I've noted this a few times in the past as well, but Oboro stands out as being one of the only, like, real defensive units in Fire Emblem Fates Birthright. Alongside Hinata, Saizo, I think, like, that's the only real defensive guys that you get in Birthright. Which is an argument to make for Rinka as well, but Rinka's kind of ass, so I'm not going to mention her in the same breath as literal Saizo and Oboro and Hinata. With Tomahawk, okay, interesting. That's the upgraded variant of the throwing axe. It has really terrible hit rates, but it looks cool. As much as you love Sakura, you question why she was in Warriors from a moveset POV. You gotta have some healers. I mean, it's like, it's two-sided, right? The argument is two-sided. One, we need more Fates Royals, obviously, because who the fuck likes anyone but the Fates Royals? I'm sure Insis was thinking. And well, you need a healer for the weapon diversity, I suppose, as far as, you know, weapon diversity is a thing in Warriors, which I heavily doubt. Or rather, I have my questions about how realistic the weapon variety is in that game. Niles is also a bow user that can heal. Yeah, once you promote him, that's true. Hey, but Niles wasn't in the base game, and that's because he's not a royal, and obviously anyone who's not a royal is not relevant in the context of Fates. So yeah, that's the long and the short of it, I think. Like, Jacob or Felicia not making it is more egregious, I think, since they're with you so, like, early on in the game. And I see that Carbol thinks the exact same, yeah. But I mean, Niles had to be in there eventually, because he had to utter the absolutely iconic quote of "I volunteer to strike from the rear," and that is an actual quote that he speaks in Fire Emblem Warriors, in a conversation with, like, Camilla and Corrin, I think. And of fucking course, it would be Niles saying that, but I love that guy. He's great. Okay, here's level, what is it? 13, Hinata. More speed, more HP. Yeah, I'm decently certain that is an actual quote, unless it was a very well-edited image, but I think he actually says, "I volunteer to strike from the rear." I'm decently certain I have it in my camera roll as, like, one of the few Fire Emblem Warriors screenshots that I ever took. I don't even know if I took it, to be honest. It might have just been stolen from someone else. More likely than not, since I never got the DLC for Warriors, I don't think. Since I was so bored of that game after like a full playthrough. I did commit to actually completing the game, unlike with 3 Hopes, but... He does say it, can confirm. See, Lucas is confirming. I can, of course, send it in the Discord, which, by the way, if you're not in the Discord, there's a link in the description, the video description, every video description, for that matter. Got a lot of cool Fire Emblem stuff going on in there. Such as the screenshot that I'm going to send, which is I volunteered to strike from the rear. Now you get to look at my awesome Hinata phone case, very appropriate for this run, I feel. As I send in this this screenshot, I'm going to send it in, I guess, in Fire Emblem General. I have to imagine. Yeah, I'm going to send it in there. I have to look for it, of course, since it's probably pretty far down there. It must be in memes, though. It should be. So I'm just going to scroll through this for a second, and you're going to see the menace that Niles really is. Where is it, bro? It's got to be down here somewhere. Oh, there's some bad memes in here as well. Some bad Fire Emblem memes that I made myself. Yikes. Lots of 3 houses screenshots, of course. It makes sense. It makes sense. But where is good old Niles? That is what I want to know. Where is I volunteer to... Ah, there it is. Okay, found it. Yep, okay. It's in Fire Emblem General. In the good old Fateslandia Discord server, which you should certainly join if you want to meet more Fire Emblem fans like yourselves. But okay, we're back to Fire Emblem Fates, and we're back to visiting houses because we have nothing better to do. You know what? I think we can get a touch of Raijinto in there once we visit this house. Nothing but old bones and dust in this house. Our soldiers love hiding under the snow. Oh yes, they do. It's guerrilla tactics, but with snow, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, just illustrating how absolutely crazy busted Raijinto is in this game, by the way. 0-0-0 on that fighter. I mean, of course, it's an unpromoted fighter, but wow. 43 times 2, 23% crit rate, 100% hit rate. And we're just doing shit like this. Like, it's literally, Hinata said it best, I can't lose. Hopes was better than the original Warriors because it was with the 3 houses cast. Nah, sorry, bud, gotta disagree with you there. I mean, are these fighters not attacking me because they don't deal damage? This is like the castle defense maps all over again, man, I swear. Okay. I'll give them like an opportunity to actually injure me. I guess I'll use the parasol. I'll use the parasol. I can't actually one-tap these guys because I'm debuffed, I have to imagine, by 1 point, am I not? Yeah, still weakened. So actually that is the effect from the daggers coming in clutch, but I'll just get a wait here. Yeah, so they deal damage. I don't one-shot them, unfortunately, but Silver Axe is coming in hot. Look, you know what the thing is about 3 Hopes? 3 Hopes very much overstayed its welcome when I found out that there's 4 routes, and then you can also choose to do a route without Byleth, without recruiting Byleth, and with recruiting Byleth, and the story is actually different. And by that point, I just got very tired. I mean, I did 1 full playthrough, I think, of Verdant Wind. And by that point, it was like, I tried recruiting Byleth. I did actually manage recruiting Byleth and Gerald. And I tried to complete a run with them. I'm pretty sure I did complete a run with them. But, oh, it's 3 routes? Oh, sorry. Sorry, yeah, that's just, it's really, you know, descriptive of how little I've played this game. But, no, I guess 3 routes, and then for every route there's also the Byleth option. Which is different for some reason. Like, there's different stuff to do, but... Yeah, like, if Luca, if you mean by secret route, you mean the Byleth route, then that's, I don't really count that as secret, to be honest. But Fates, don't you want more Fire Emblem to play a single game? To play for a single game? No, I really don't. But I think you're saying it pretty well yourself, Carbol. There's only so many times one man can play the same game over and over just for different dialogues. It's true. Also, I'm not sending the Parasol. Come on, if we deposit the Parasol, we're gonna lose this map. Like, unironically. Look at this. Like, we are fully dependent on the Parasol by this point. Panda, the reason you prefer OG Warriors because it flowed better gameplay-wise? I mean, I think the Fire Emblem Warriors games, they just really miss the mark on a lot of points. Especially if we're comparing it with like a Hyrule Warriors. I am very partial towards Hyrule Warriors for obvious reasons. I mean, if you one-on-one compare Hyrule Warriors with the first Fire Emblem Warriors, you will notice just how significant the actual design gap is between Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem Warriors. Like, the character diversity and the weapon diversity in Hyrule Warriors is just... it's phenomenal. And in the Warriors, it's bottom of the barrel, really. Because what? You have one moveset for every weapon type, and then you have like 15 sword guys, 15 sword infantry guys who have the exact same moveset, even though they're like from completely different games because they just wield the same weapon. Like, I'm sorry, but to me that doesn't make sense, and that is... I don't think that's in the spirit of Warriors. Like, it doesn't make sense to have a moveset locked to a weapon that you're... well, of course, yes, it makes sense to have a moveset linked to a specific weapon, but if I'm using different weapons, right, I would expect if I'm using, like, the Raijinto with Ryoma, I'm using a different moveset than if I'm using the Falchion with Chrom, for example. And for the most part, it's like, yeah, no, that's just not a thing. Like, you maybe get like an extra move or two, if I remember correctly, but... By the way, here's the one friendly house on this map. It's this cool-ass little child, and he gives us 10,000 gold, by the way. 10,000 gold. W kid. Okay, and then there's Flora surrounded by her maid army, and one sorcerer. I could take those, I'm sure. With the Parasol, lock in. I'm seeing... hold on, what are we saying? If you kill Gerald, you cannot get Leone on Black Eagles. Yeah, and if you don't get Leone, like, you've already lost the game. Like, maybe not really, but in spirit, you've lost the game. If you don't get Leone, if you have to kill Leone or Caspar, or you have to forego recruiting them, yeah, it's just... you might as well reset. Like, there's no point. There really is no point. I'll say I think I like the first two Hyrule Warriors more. OG was a bit clunky but has infinite content. Age of Calamity was really cool but not enough content or replayability. See, that's the thing, yeah. And then the original Hyrule Warriors as well. They released that like 3 separate times, I think. They did like a version on the Wii U. There was one on the 3DS, which I think had different content. And then there was the remake on the Switch, which just had all the content, including the DLC content. And that's great, because then you have so much stuff to do. It's so fun. And especially when you've played all the Zelda games. Like, there's some really obscure stuff in there. You have the fucking Sand Rod, and you can you can summon the train from Spirit Tracks if you play as Toon Link. And it's just the greatest thing. Like, for a Zelda fan, it is such a great game because you have so many iconic characters. You can play as the villains as well, which I'm like decently certain that wasn't a thing in Fire Emblem Warriors, but if I'm mistaken on that front, someone should very much correct me on that point. But yeah, like, what's the reason that I could play as literal Ganondorf in Hyrule Warriors? I could play as Girahim. I could play as Zant, and I could play as so many other like iconic villains, but I can't play as, for example, a Yago in Fire Emblem Warriors. Like, what's the deal with that? You know? Okay, and now there's this girl who spawns more guys on us, a berserker. Yikes! It's okay. The Parasol will get us through this. We'll get a sheep spirit for this, which is cool. Hyrule Warriors actually had sick OCs. Yeah, it's true. Was their names like Volga, and there was the woman with the Sicilian mask, not Sicilian, Venetian mask. Which, yeah, no, really cool OCs. It's true. Linkle as well. Linkle, I like Linkle a lot. She spawned from Hyrule Warriors as well. I mean, this is just female Link with a fucking crossbow. 2 crossbows, in fact. Like, what more do you want? It's great. But yeah, it's like, if you like Zelda, by the way, if you're a Zelda fan and you like the Warriors games, you should 100% give Hyrule Warriors Hyrule Warriors a try, because it is the greatest mashup experience that you're going to have for a Zelda game. Like, the roster is huge. There's so much shit to do. You have like a whole adventure mode where you explore the OG map from the first Zelda game, the very first Zelda game, and you play different battles as you go on your way. It's fun. It's so much fun, man. Aside from that, of course, there's also the outstanding issue of I don't really enjoy the gameplay of Warriors, like the hack and slash element, which, of course, if I don't like hack and slash, then why do I play the Warriors games? Well, it's because they're for franchises that, you know, I do enjoy, so I want to see what content they get. I mean, it's kind of repetitive. Like, it gets really still at a certain point. And the thing with the Warriors games is that the gameplay gets repetitive very fast. Now, that has helped a lot in Hyrule Warriors by the fact that you have so many different characters. And characters that have just different weapons, many different movesets. I mean, if you look at Link, just Link, right? Link has at least 5 different movesets. And that's probably a massive understatement, actually. Like, even in Age of Calamity, which was solely based on Breath of the Wild by that point, Link has, what does he have, like 3 or 4 different movesets? He has one on the... No, Zelda's on the motorcycle. He has one on horseback, I'm decently sure. Or maybe that's the original. It overlaps quite a lot. He has one on horseback. He has like one with the... let's see, what does he have? With the Master Sword, obviously. I could name more from the original, to be completely honest. I'm a little more invested into Hyrule Warriors than I am in Fire Emblem Warriors, the OG Hyrule Warriors, obviously. Use a cheeky little concoction here. Inazuma 11 Warriors would have been hilarious. Inazuma 11 Warriors, how would that even work? Like, functionally. Because, like, they never really fight, do they? And it's like they don't really face enemies en masse either, so that's why you correctly say that it would have been impossible to realize, just purely from a logistics standpoint, I think. Sadly, I'm a person who thrives on repetitiveness, so as long as it's interesting enough, you don't mind the grinds, Essex. And I respect it. I respect the grind, in turn. But, no, it's not for me. It's not for me. Like, for certain games, I can deal with the grind. When it's like grinding resources, for example, like when it's grinding levels in Fire Emblem Fates, I could deal with that just fine because I enjoy the actual strategic gameplay. There's no strategy on the scout maps, but I enjoy this gameplay a lot, and I enjoy watching the combat, so that's different. But no, for hack and slash, you will not catch me grinding anytime soon. Link had Sword, Lance, Greatsword, Axe, and then Guardian Tech, Arms and Calamity. Yeah, so I guess the 3 weapon types that you really get in Breath of the Wild as well. Sword, Axe, Lance, ironically, like in Fire Emblem, of course. I'm pretty sure he has a bow baked in as well, so he kind of has everything covered. And Guardian Tech Arms, I suppose. I suppose that's DLC in Calamity, because I've never used the Tech Arms. Then again, I didn't get the DLC for Age of Calamity. I really should at some point, but I never did. Which is honestly a shame, because like it had Pura, Robbie, it had a playable Guardian, I'm decently sure. And then yeah, apparently you get this weapon for Link. Of course, like, if you look at the original Hyrule Warriors, I mean, we're not even in Fire Emblem territory anymore by this point. I'm sure we'll segue back at some point, but, like, if you look at the original Hyrule Warriors, what all does Link have? I'm decently certain he has, like, he has power gauntlets, so he has the ball and chain from Twilight Princess. He has, of course, he has the Master Sword. He has one on Epona, on horseback. There is also, what more is there? I'm decently certain that Link in that game, he gets like gauntlets to some degree, I believe. Like if I'm not too mistaken, that's honestly an interesting thing to look up. Toon Link as well. He gets a few different things. He gets the Wind Waker, obviously, from the Wind Waker, but he also gets the Sand Rod, where he can summon the train from Spirit Tracks, which Personally, Spirit Tracks is one of my favorite games from the Zelda franchise, so it's very cool to see. Age of Calamity made Master Koga have a guy crush who died. Yeah, okay, we're not calling Suga Koga's male crush. I mean, I guess you could, because, like, it's more realistic. More realistically than not, it is true, but, like... The fact that Master Koga himself... Like, I come back, right, to the point of villains being playable. Like, Master Koga being playable in Age of Calamity was, like, the biggest thing. But right, let's return to Fire Emblem for a minute. Flora is our last enemy. And I recall that she has, yeah, Icy Blood. If hurt and attacked by non-adjacent foe, attacker takes half damage. So if we attack her from 2 range, we take half the damage back in the same fashion that Hinata's personal skill works. So, we're not going to do that. We're going to attack at 1 range. And as we've done literally everything there is to do here, I think we're just going to kind of one round here, not going to lie. We've got, what, 77 with the Sunrise Katana? So yeah, I'm afraid that this is going to be it for Flora. So anyone who wants to pay their respects to Flora right now before she gets epically obliterated, here's your chance. I'm going to give you like 5 seconds while I drink some water. Your time is up. I had no choice. I'm sure. Get absolutely styled on, by the way. Astra, immediate crit. Watch this. Boom, boom, and there it is. It is really just that easy. But yeah. Let's quickly get off this screen, because unfortunately Fates is it's a pretty horny game, and you can just stare up the skirts of these maids. They just let you. Like, there's no censoring or anything. But, that having been said, anyone down for a roast, or should we should we skip this dialogue? Like, what are we thinking? I'm pretty sure if I hit the skip button right now, it skips everything. But you know what? We might as well start moving here. If I see someone saying like, no, 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 don't do it, then I'll maybe I'll, oh, too late. Yikes. She's on fire. Yikes. And what is... Oh! And then watch this. Corrin goes, no.
No.
There it is. Yeah, it's... Yeah. This moment was undoubtedly supposed to be emotional, just like a few other moments in this game, which we're gonna get to, but... Some of the voice lines in this game, they absolutely ruin my immersion. But while having Light is Gone playing in the background, yeah, this song used to absolutely kill me back in the day, by the way. But that's that. That is chapter 17, done and dusted. Definitively. Alright, back in the castle, and we're one Flora down, I suppose, since the last time we were here. More Daikon. Oh, Lilith! Who wants her daily Daikon? I don't know if this is true, but I read somewhere that the Ice Tribe is actually based on Friesland, according to the art book, but I can't confirm it. Is that real? Hold on, I have the art book, in fact. I have the limited edition for Fire Emblem Fates. Watch this. So, we got the limited edition for Fire Emblem Fates right here, and I have the art book. So I don't know if this is the right art book, because I know there's a different art book as well. But this is the official one for the limited edition of Fates. There's the Hoshidan Royals, and there's the Norian Royals on the back. So when you open both sides, you got the nice panorama from the yeah, you got the whole panorama going. But I mean, if we look at the we can look at the Ice Tribe, I suppose, once I find them. I wouldn't really know where to look, to be completely honest. I know where to look to find Hinata, obviously, because... obviously, I say, as I keep scrolling through this book. I know where to find him. He's a bit further down, yeah. There he is. Found the goat, by the way. That's him. That's Hinata. There he is. There's Oboro as well, right next to him. W. Oboro. There's like, yeah, is that a thing? Is that a thing? Like, can I see the actual like enemy designs as well? Oh, here they are again. There he is. There's the goat. There's Obero. I think there's Niles on the... There's Niles. Niles and Odin. And fuck-ass Arthur, bro, with his winning smile. Love that guy. Can we see Kana as well? I wonder if the children are in here. I don't think they are, actually. If I'm going to be honest, like, if I'm going to be 100% for real. There's all the weapons in here, all the weapon designs, but I don't know about the children, to be completely honest. I found a Faceless and a Stoneborn, but... no, this is not the enemy designs. I think it's probably not this art book, actually. We have a naked automaton as well, if you ever were wondering what they were looking like underneath that. And the thing from the Mechanist as well. But Candace is not in here, fortunately. There's a lot of generic designs for the enemies, and honestly, they all look great. But no, the enemy designs I actually can't see in this art book, so I'm guessing it's the bigger one, which I don't have yet. I should get it at some point. But I fully believe you, Lucas, when you say that they might be based on good old Friesland. But yeah, no. It's not in here, I can tell you that much. Also, no Candace is a blessing. I don't know why people are in an outrage over this. Having no Candace in here is exactly what made it be worth the money that I paid for it, not gonna lie. I also can't get the art book back in, it seems. What is in there? There's gotta be like something that is stuck in there. And if not, then I'm just gonna put it off to the side. No, there is definitely something there. Yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna put it off to the side, not gonna bother. You've seen the limited edition of Fire Emblem Fates now. And we've lingered on Lilith's screen for long enough. But I'm guessing it's the big art book. Yeah, they released like a bigger art book for... it's like the full art of Fire Emblem Fates or something along those lines. And I'm pretty sure they delve into like all of the concept art as well. Obviously, this art book that came with this limited edition, it's like... it's just a tribute to all the designs and all the playable first generation characters. And yeah, another Pearl forfeited because this is the most ass matchup that you could get, I'm not going to lie. And I lost another Pearl, yikes. Losing all of the gains that we had today, but it is what it is. What do we upgrade? We can upgrade the, let's upgrade the private quarters. Let's see if we can invite someone. We should be able to pick from a list of 5 now, I'm decently certain. 6 even, wow. And when we upgrade this even more, we can get up to 9. Obviously, we're inviting Obero, because we love Obero in this household. W. Obero, welcome to the hood!
You have a nice room here. Invite me back?
She is so unnecessarily cute, actually. Like, her model is so unnecessarily cute in private quarters. Then again, W. Obero. That's all you really need. Okay. Chapter 18, Leo. We are there. We're getting close to the actual rally against all of the Norian royals. Starting with Leo, of course, in his little forest map. I say little because it is very little. There's also an invasion and multiple challenges. But it's like, do we need them by this point? No. Honestly, I'd love to just beeline to chapter 12. Hold on. Wait, actually. If this is chapter 18, hold on. We're starting to cook. If this is chapter 18, the next map is the Rainbow Sage. That's chapter 19. And we already know that chapter 20 is for Dragonfall. So, that means we will get Infinite Heart Seals before the Lava Falls map, actually. So that's huge development. But that's good. In that case, I'm going to save the invasion and the challenges to actually grind levels, I think. So yeah, this is where we're going to start getting... a lot of Faceless, but this is also where we're going to get a sick-ass cutscene. Like, I don't like Leo that much as a character, but you gotta give him credit for this introductory cutscene that he gets. Which I don't believe is this yet. This is just setting the scene. But I'm going to play it safe because I don't want to accidentally skip over this, because by God, I love these animated cutscenes in Fire Emblem Fates. They have so much aura. But I can skip through this, I'm pretty sure, and then I'll get to the cutscene. That's how this works. There it is.
Quarian law is blunt on the subject of traitors. There is only one punishment. The sentence is death.
Incredible fucking aura, by the way. These animated cutscenes for the royals go so incredibly dummy, stupid, crazy hard. It is not even funny. Like, especially when you look at Xander and Ryoma as well. My god, have we seen Ryoma's introductory cutscene, by the way, in Conquest? Holy, that shit goes hard. Odin Dark, with the horse spirit, and Niles with a silver Yumi and a killer bow. So, the way to go about this map is, well, you have to kill Leo. Leo is the primary objective to take out on this map. But before we can do that, there is a little caveat to this map, and that is 15 million faceless. Yeah, so Leo is just spawning faceless, like there's no tomorrow, and honestly, it really fucking sucks. Like, this map is so ass. There's nothing about this map that makes it interesting. Literally, it is one round of combat, and it's going to be the exact same thing for about 20 minutes if you don't skip combat. So, I'm going to just show you one round of combat to show you exactly what it's going to be like. We proc Astra, we proc a crit, and we kill these guys in one hit. Like, we're up against 0-0-0 faceless. So, frankly, with your permission, I'll do a quick little skip, and then we'll do a quick little another skip. Yeah, and we just went from 23 faceless to 10 faceless, by the way. Now, it is important that I keep track of Leo's range, I think. Now, there is no real chance of us taking him out on accident, since we don't... I'm not going to equip a 2 range that I can immediately kill him with. Because I want to try and take out Odin and Niles. I want to try getting into combat with Odin and Niles. So for that, in fact, we're not going to worry about Leo. Let's get the danger zone going for them. And I could get into Niles' range if I go right here. Now, that would, of course, put me in range of Leo as well. But do we honestly care? Like, if I equip the Sunrise Katana, do we honestly care? Leave Niles alone? Look, I would, but he has a silver bow, man. I have to drop that silver bow. He's gonna be fine. He doesn't die. It's Niles. How could I kill the goat and the gay icon in one fell swoop? I'm sorry, the map is making me do it. They gave them droppable items. It's not my fault, I swear. And hey, if there's money to be had from these drops, then by God, I will go there. Look at Niles' stats. Well, I think it's a little late for that, buddy, not going to lie. I'm pretty sure he's going to approach in roughly 2 seconds. Not going to front. Yeah. Okay, so like I said, I don't have to initiate combat against him yet, but we get to hear the Nor Retainer theme, which is such a banger as well, absolute bop. You could burp in his face and he'd tip over. Yeah, he probably would. Not going to lie, but we get to read some banger lines as well. Say, that's a nice face you've got there. Would be a shame if someone were to slash it. Let's have some fun, shall we? Oh, he's gonna have some fun, alright. Oh, Niles and Fates. If only they retained your actual crit quotes from Fates. My sweet summer child. Let's see his stats. 13 defense, 19 attack with the killer bow. Yikes. But hey, he has Lucky 7, which is pretty cool. What does that do again? Grants hit Avo plus 20 for the first 7 turns. That's right. Okay, well, Niles, it's been a pleasure, but yeah, I'm just gonna one-tap you real quick, not gonna lie. It's been good. It's been real. We had 1 round of combat, you had your epic line, but we're gonna style on you, and in fact, this is gonna be a crit, so goodbye. Like I said. Let's see what death has to offer. Yeah, but he doesn't die. He just slips away. I've been defeated, but I can't fall here. Silver Yummy added to the connection. To the collection, sorry, not the connection. But yeah, and then it's just more of this. And decently certain, I'm just gonna skip because there's 20 million faceless that come, but Leo probably initiates in this turn as well. He does. I'm decently sure he missed because we have the Sunrise Katana and Odin Dark is here. Oh my god. Hold on. Unironically, do we... You know what? I'm gonna initiate combat against Odin Dark. Yikes, I one tap Odin Dark as well. 5 strength, 17 magic, aching blood. I love this personal skill as well. Crit plus 10 when using a customized weapon with a name at least 12 characters long. That's awesome. I think like the cap is 15 or 16, so you need to get really close to that. Or just type some bullshit. It's awesome. Sorry, bub. But you're going down here, much as I love you. Out of darkness, I spring into action. Fear me, I am Odin Dark. Yeah, Odin, it's been real, buddy. It's been real, buddy. Odin Dark falls. Back into the darkness I go. And there he goes, yeah. 2 EXP. Nah, bro, that is fucking foul. That is fucking foul. How did I get 15 EXP from Niles, but I get 2 EXP from Odin? That is goddamn foul. We're doing him an injustice and a half, bro. I swear. Okay, but Horse Spirit. And by this point, yeah, it's just more faceless. So, like, we can be quick about this map. This is such a nothing burger of a map. It's just... It's faceless and Leo and Niles and Odin. Hey now, 1 point of res. That's okay, Hinata. You need more res. It's fine. Okay, and there's Leo. I don't think we get his quote anymore. Yeah, because he already initiated combat, but that's okay. We had his introductory cutscene. That's all we need, really. But yeah, that being said, it's curtains, bro. It's curtains. It doesn't matter if you have Malefic Aura and you have Life Taker. Like, it literally doesn't matter. 21 hits, 12 damage. It's never going to be enough. Goodbye, Leo. Fair play. Oh yeah, we're styling on this guy too. All 3 of them. No one is safe from the Hinata. No, I can't fall like this. Not until I prove myself. And 41 EXP from Leo for whatever reason. And an energy drop, which is honestly huge, because the strength base for the Swordmaster is not that huge, but the cap is pretty good. Fucking always standing there with a stupid ass carp streamer, bro. What are we doing? Yeah, I'm gonna kill you with my carp streamer. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna choke you with this bag hanging from a big stick. That's what I'm gonna do. Fantastic, bro. That's great. Anyway, for anyone who doesn't know, after we just speed ran this map, what Leo does is he concedes that he doesn't trust Garen. Like, he can tell that Garen, his father, right, that he's changed over the years. But Xander is too blind to see it. Xander is too much blinded by his loyalty for his father that he doesn't see it. Leo, he notices, so he starts to kind of lean towards Korn's side of the story. And by this point, Leo actually offers to warp us to the island that the Rainbow Sage presides on, which is our next stop. So, W Leo for that. I don't really like him much as a character, but he does some good things at the very least. Okay, which means we're officially back to... yeah, we're back to my castle, and honestly, by this point, I'm genuinely starting to wonder whether we shouldn't just... Oh, we can upgrade the hot spring! Hold on, do we know what upgrading the hot spring means, fellas? Surely we know what this means. You know what, we need to upgrade the hot spring. Come on. We all want to know what happens once we upgrade the hot spring to level 3. Come on. Another Daikon, okay. You're not getting this. Let's see, arena. Okay, back to the arena. Okay, Ryoma, this is your time to redeem yourself against the Master Ninja. Lock in. 44? Yeah, you gotta be able to dodge that. Okay, 4 dodges so far. 1 hit in 6 attacks. Okay, hold on. Guy is infinitely backflipping because he's up against the wall, and we're starting to miss 50-50s. This is not great. This is not Daijobu, in fact. I should have trusted him. Fuck. No, he would have won. But well, our pearl has been returned. It's fine. Ryoma was unfortunately selling, not going to lie. He was selling a little bit too much. I couldn't trust him anymore. Now, I could trust Tsubaki with a good lottery, though. Hold on. That's okay. If we get like an ore, or we can get 2 daikon, that's fine as well. We're already swimming in daikon radishes, but that's alright. That's alright. Lilith. You know what time it is, Lilith. Daikon time. We just got like 5 daikon. From the daikon gardens, but also from that lottery roll, so... No, but yeah, so Hinata just casually crit all 3 of the mini-bosses on that last map, so that's just, yeah, that's really just a good summary of how this run is going. And how it's going to continue going, if it's up to me, personally. Okay, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. I was gonna ask, who are we inviting, but I mean... It's pretty obvious by this point, I should think.
Hey there!
Hey there! We should try training outside sometime. Maybe. I'm gonna predict... No, actually, I'm gonna predict he says something different. I'm gonna predict he says... Let's see. What is Hinata going to say? He's gonna say... You know what? No. I'm sticking with my gut feeling. He's gonna say, let's try training outside sometime. Or we should try training outside sometime. Watch this. We got a friendship heart. It does absolutely nothing. Let's see.
Lord Takumi may be my liege, but I'll always protect you.
That's true, he gets a special quote. He gets a special quote when you fill up the hearts. That's the one thing that you get. A special quote for filling up the friendship heart. And once again, Hinata proving he is one of the most wholesome guys in the entirety of Hoshido. W. Hinata. Should we marry Hinata? Yeah, you know what? I kind of want to. I'm not going to lie. Like, by this point, are we really going to pivot to anyone else? Are we really going to pivot to someone else when we could have those juicy S-rank stats? Like, I don't think we are, personally. There is also the outstanding issue of getting... let's see, what could we get from Berserker? Well, we could get Soul from Hero as well, I think. Since, obviously, Fuyumi is Fighter, that's her base class. So Hinata could reclass to Hero and get Soul, potentially. So, that is a possibility. That also means that also frees up the Hisame map as well, and the Kana map. So we could get 2 new characters, which we're not going to use, but we could get them. So those are our current options. Not going to lie. And you know what? Really, I feel like we should do it. I feel like we should just commit. Not going to lie. Rally Strength, Axe Fair, Soul, Axe Breaker. Yeah, I mean, those are useful. Axe Breaker is useful. Soul's useful. Like, the skills from the Berserker are like whatever, because Rally Strength we're not going to use, and Axe Fair, we're not using axes on main maps, so that's not useful. HP plus 5 and Gamble. Yeah, Gamble is literally just the most useless skill out there. People actively take that skill off because it takes away your hit rate. But HP plus 5, yeah, I guess that's something. Okay, but I think it's time. And I think for the special occasion, I'm going to read out. It's story time, ladies, gentlemen, and people who identify otherwise. It is story time. Time to read out this beautiful support. Ah, there you are, Hinata. Ah, Lady Aoi. I'm sorry, Hinata. Is something wrong? Oh, no, nothing's wrong. I just didn't expect you to appear like that. Oh, I see. You look pretty stressed out about something, though. I'm more than happy to listen if you want to talk about things. Oh, well, if you're open to it, then... You see, I realized something recently. Oh? What was it you realized? Well, you're a princess, aren't you? I suppose I am, yes. Why do you ask? See, I knew it! I knew it, and I completely forgot. How can I be so dumb? You'd think there would be a limit to how stupid one person could be. Sorry, Hinata, I don't understand what exactly is going on. We've been working hard in order to become stronger, but it's supposed to be my duty to protect you. What if I'd accidentally hurt you when we were training? That's just a risk of training, though. I don't think we'd ever actually be able to seriously injure each other in any case. I know I'd never be able to hurt you. I mean, I might be able to actually defeat you in combat, but I really mean... Damn, this is not coming out right at all. Lady Aoi, I want to be the one to protect you from danger. That's very kind of you, Hinata. I'd say yes, but I'm sure Takumi would like to keep you as a retainer. I already asked him, actually. I knew he could appreciate the pairing of the strong samurai and lovely princess. After all, how could he say no when I told him I simply had to defend my beloved? Oh, Hinata, that... Hang on, what did you just say? Huh? I said that I have to defend my beloved. Haha, I didn't mishear you. You're calling me your beloved? Of course, I want to be the man by your side, protecting you from everything. And you say the man because I'm in love with you, Lady Aoi. I don't know what to say. Your face has turned really red, Lady Aoi. I'm not sure how to take that. Do your flushed cheeks mean I have a chance, or... They... might. Huh? What was that? I couldn't hear you. Could you say it again? No, you can figure it out yourself. Baka. Even you said there must be limits to how stupid one person can be. Baka. Wait, don't go. Fucking cinema.
Go away. I really love you, you know. I will make sure to keep you safe. My one and only princess.
My heart, man. Oh, my fucking heart, bro. Peak fiction. I love this guy. With a passion, actually. Oh my god. It's such a cute support. You know, it's so quintessentially like shonen, with Hinata being the main character, obviously, but it's so cute. Okay, but yeah, long story short, we have passionate sex and we get babies. In the game, of course. We get 2 children, in fact. So yeah, huge. W. But yeah, wholesome Hinata. And then we just bang out 2 kids. Like, that's just how it goes, you know? He can do it all. He can do it all. That having been said, we now have access to a... I say that and I just look up and I read Vinny's fucking message. Lumphao or what? I have to imagine this is so... This is so confusing for you, Vinny. But it's so cool to have you here, mate. It's so cool to have you here. Okay, but now, of course, we get access to 2 paralogs where we can get Kana and we can get Hisame. Now, both man doesn't know how to pull out. Sorry, I had to point out that message in the chat before I continued. Thank you, Yura, for that awesome quote. Man doesn't know how to pull out. Call him Excalibur. The way no one would be able to pull him out. If I dare to quote a good friend Momo. But yeah, it's we can recruit our children in this because of course in Fates you have to recruit your children before they join the army. They don't just join because, you know, you have their parents recruited or anything. No, you have to recruit them. We can play these. On the other hand, I kind of don't want to play these yet because we could use them towards actually like level grinding. Especially if we want to go for Soul or Axebreaker on the old hero class. Then yeah, we can very much make use of these maps. But yeah, Hinata is too good at swords play, too high of a level as sword rank. Yeah, whatever you want to call it, whatever euphemism you want to give it. But yeah, plenty of maps to actually use for level grinding here. But I don't think we're going to do that tonight anymore. We have the Rainbow Sage and we have chapter 20 before we can buy more heart seals and actually start doing that. So for now, what this means is... I'm going to show you exactly what this means, actually. We're going to chapter 19, the Rainbow Sage. And this map is an absolute... It's a jumble of fucked up enemy stats. It's going to be incredibly interesting. But I'm going to point them out. Now, first and foremost, what I need to point out is we have some pair-up bonuses. And when I pair up, now that I have an S rank between Aoi and Hinata, what Aoi gets is 2 strength, 5 speed, 4 luck, and 2 defense. Now, that might not look too impressive. It's going to look a lot better when I switch to the other way, when I show you the pair-up bonuses that Hinata gets from Aoi, but I can't do that right now. So that's going to have to wait for a little bit. So, this map is a little fucked up because we have some incredible enemy stats. For example, we have these generals, you know, these big-ass armored guys, multiple layers of armor, 0 defense, might I point out. 0 defense, in fact, -3 defense because of the blast lance that he's equipped with, but capped resistance. Something that the generals, of course, typically do not have. Similarly, we have these Basaras who have 0 resistance, but they have capped defense. The Basara typically, of course, it's partly a magic class, so they have more resistance than defense typically. But would you believe this is not even the worst thing on this map? Would you believe it? I think the maids and like the mechanists are pretty normal, aside from the fact that, yeah, they also have capped resistance and 0 defense. Now for the maid, I guess it kind of makes sense. For the mechanist, it's a little trippy, but like I said, there is worse things to contend with. For example, we have these adventurers, which only have physics staves. I shit you not, there's 2 of them here, and they only have physics staves. Yeah, and then there's another 0 defense sniper, which snipers are more defensively oriented, of course. Now the real fuckiness starts when we get to these middle rooms. I'm not going to go there quite yet. We have some heroes to look at as well. Actually, this is a pretty min-maxed hero. Heroes don't care about resistance typically, so having 30 defense makes them a bit of a menace, really. Same goes for the Master of Arms. Like the right side of the map here is actually pretty chill. Well, except for these guys. Yeah, the gimmick with this map is that everything on the right side of the map, right, has capped defense. Everything on the left side of the map has capped resistance. So you can kind of pick and mix where you want to go depending on the units you can deploy. Either way, it's a good idea to just go through all of these rooms because there's good stuff to drop. But yeah, it's some of these can be pretty tough, especially these melee defensive enemies. But like I said, when we get to the middle maps, it gets really fucky. There is capped magic, but 0 strength Great Master, which I guess this Great Festal is gonna like heal 3000 HP. But as you can see, 10 attack, which, you know, the Steel Naginata has to completely carry this guy's attack. I think it's the same for the... it's different for the Master Ninjas. They have 0 magic. Here's another classic 0 magic weapon enemy. The Flame Shuriken 0 magic Master Ninja. It's fucking awesome. This is such a cool map. Maxed out skill, so if these guys had lethality, oh boy. But they don't. 0 speed, by the way. Master Ninja with 0 speed. That's what I was looking for. 0 speed Master Ninja is the most ludicrous thing that I have seen in the entirety of Fire Emblem Fates. And it's the same with this, like exact same guy, except this guy has a Steel Shuriken, so he actually functions. But would you believe that there is in fact more? Because you have not yet seen the greatest and, coincidentally, the most threatening unit on this map, which is a Berserker with 15 HP, but capped strength. 40 strength. This guy has a grand total of 54 attack, but 15 HP to balance that out. Holy fucking shit. Capped strength, 15 HP Berserker is an absolutely wild thing to have on this map. It's incredible. And then we have the max speed but 0 skill Swordmaster. So 95 hit. Which is, yeah, it's pretty detrimental if you didn't notice, because, like, we have 58 avoid on Aoi, and on Hinata we have 88, so that's, like, almost guaranteed a 0% hit rate on that Swordmaster, who typically thrives in having high hit rates, of course. And then I think the boss is, like, normal. Yeah, the boss is just a regular guy. I know that there's another 0 magic Bolt Naginata enemy, actually. Here it is, the Spearmaster with the Bolt Naginata, 0 magic, 0 strength, 0 attack stats in anything. So that's great. He doesn't even have a capped skill or like a capped stat to make up for it. And then these guys, there's another there's another minimum HP and maximum strength berserker at the back of this room. It's great. And then dual Naginata with 0 strength, 0 magic. Yeah, this map is all kinds of fucked up, but it is so funny. It is honestly so funny. We're gonna circle around because what's also a great thing about this map is that this is a route map. This map is a fucking route map. Holy shit. We have to circle around to kill every enemy on this map because in the classic Birthright fashion, this is a route the enemy map. It is great. I have seen an appeal to check out the Spearmaster's HP at the top, and oh yeah, I forgot to point that out, 60 HP, that's right, capped HP, sorry. They do have one stat that they have capped to make up for their 0 offensive stats. 60 HP. Fantastic. But yeah, this is, this map is, it's a really nice break, to be honest, because like, this is the most unserious map in all of Fates, and I'm pretty sure it's only this way in Birthright as well, which is already the easiest Fates game, arguably. So yeah. And now we start getting this music, which I'm easily certain this plays a lot more often in Revelation, but yeah, we start getting this this music now.
Be all right. Ready for this?
But yeah, of course. So these are the para boosts that I was looking for. If we take a quick look at these para boosts, right? We get a grand total of 10 extra strength because of the Raijinta we have in our inventory, but also just a raw 6 from the pair up with Berserker Aoi here. We get also 6 speed, again, from the pair up with Berserker Aoi, and we get 1 luck, I guess. I don't know if we actually get anything else. I don't believe we do, but having +6 to strength, having +6 to speed, it is absolutely huge. You know, to say the absolute least. Because it just allows me to one-tap these generals. Now, they have, granted, they have 0 defense, but, you know, it's still funny. Like, we get to just one-tap these guys with a fucking Sunrise Katana +1. And we crit. So we're gonna do a crisp 126 damage. Against a general, by the way. But yeah, if you're all tired of the enemy screams, you don't have to listen to them here because none of these enemies have voice lines. Not even the boss, I don't think. They're all spirits. Spirits. Fabrications by the boss of this map. Who, spoiler alert... Actually, no. You know what? No spoiler alert. There's no spoilers here. This is a spoiler-free chat and a spoiler-free stream. We're all gonna find out together. Now let's see, they both have Ox Spirits. Can I one-tap them with the Parasol? No, because they have max defense, that's right. That's okay. I could use the Raijinta. Because it's gonna save us some time. A crit will certainly do it. Yeah, that's true. Another Blender map. Yeah, it's true. It's just, this is another... It's just another EXP feast. Well, I say EXP feast, but even these advanced enemies now, these promoted enemies, they only give like 1 EXP. So... Okay, so... Fellas in chat, you have a choice. Do we go the defense route? Do we go the resistance route? Do we want to face enemies with max defense or with max resistance? What do you want to do? You have a choice here. I believe in democracy. There's one appeal for resistance. Resistance again. Can you use Kidnap on this map? I don't think you actually can. Or, well, I think you can, but they don't retain their stats. Okay, so everyone... So I've had, like, 4 appeals for resistance and 1 for defense. So we're going to the resistance route, which is this staircase. We're going left. Also... Ash Dust, welcome to the stream. I did in fact say Raijinto because as you might be able to see here, Hinata is wielding the Raijinto, and in fact, he can use it because of this this cute little mod that I installed called non-personal weapons. I think I should link it in like somewhere. I'll link it in the video description moving forward. It's a really cool mod because it allows you to just use all of the personal weapons on, of course, characters that can use them weapon rank wise. So Hinata can also use the Yato technically. I could just put the Yato in his inventory as well and buff him to hell and back, but yeah, that's not what we're gonna do, obviously. Now, Raijinto is also a little too busted, so I'm gonna just rely on the good old Parasol again to one-tap all of these guys. That is, of course, the great advantage of the resistance route. If you have a pretty strong melee damage dealer, then this is just a breeze. You don't really have to do anything. It's a route map, choice is an illusion. I mean, that's true. Like, regardless of whatever you guys picked, we would have had to go to the other side regardless, so... You thought it was a forged Kodachi at first, then you realized it doesn't have a blue name? Classic, classic. It's nice that you can tell that way in this game, but yeah, it is just the bona fide Raijinto. So, really cool thing. I mean, I used it in like one full map. I used it in the one where you cross the Nor border walls. Light Shatters, I think it is. Is that chapter 14, I believe? Yeah, it was just a little too crazy. I mean, it one-shots everything. It just one-taps literally everything. One rounds at the very least. And like with 1 to 2 range, and the ability to double, and the ability to trigger skills, like it's... woof. It is a menace and a half. Not going to lie. Okay, chest key. We do need that, but I'm going to send it to the convoy for now. And now there's these adventurers with no weapons, so that's great. We're breaking the Geneva Convention here. Because we are attacking unarmed soldiers. So that you can chalk that one up to the list of war crimes that we're committing during this run. A really stupid idea. You're not even sure it works. Give Hinata Siegfried after the Sander map. Well, that's the thing. You don't get Siegfried in Birthright. You do not get to keep Siegfried, unfortunately. If we could, I would certainly have given it to Hinata. And perhaps, perhaps, if a Conquest run is possible at some point, if I find a way to have Hinata in Conquest, yeah, I'd be happy to give him the, the Siegfried, because if memory serves, it actually has quite good synergy for Hinata as well. It gives him like a raw +4 defense, doesn't it? When carried in the inventory, so... Okay, that is, we got the Hexing Rod. Hexing Rod, look, if I had a staff user, if I was allowed to use staves in this run, this map, or this weapon is like fundamental for beating the final map of Birthright really effectively. Because if you can hit Garen with the Hex Rod, it's just over. That's wraps. But, that's obviously not going to happen. So let's keep the parasol equipped and let's go up the stairs or down the stairs, whichever way you want to see it. But I do want a concoction back just in case. So let's trade out the hexing rod and let's wait here. Yeah, there's the classic zero magic flame shuriken master ninja. Doesn't get one tapped, so I'll give him that at the very least. But the Revelations Hinata solo will be so peak. Give the boy all 3 swords. That is possible. And yeah, no, that's certainly possible. Raijinto, Siegfried, and the Omega Yato eventually. That's gonna give him hella stats. Like, honestly, I think it's more of a question of, do I need it for a Revelation solo? Like, I've been told that if I try to solo Revelation, that it's going to be of a much different caliber than Birthright. And obviously, that's very true, because Revelation's maps are actually, like, they're, like, cursed, but they're better thought out than the entirety of Birthright, not going to lie, since everything is just a route the enemy map. But having all 3 of those swords in the inventory, and then just, I don't know, the Sunrise Katana, like, it's over. GG. Well, the Flame Shuriken that we can sell because we're never using it in this run, so... Now, these guys... Honestly, I'm kind of curious to see if they heal themselves, but the one guy just kind of moved and stopped in place, so maybe not.
No chance.
You should just give him all 3 swords for aura points? I should, frankly. Okay, so here's the worst part. These guys, 0 strength, maxed out magic, cap magic, but they don't even use their staves on each other. They don't even rub staves. So it's like, what is the point, you know? They just kind of stand there and do nothing. This one's for you! Nice. 69 damage. I wonder how he's going to stack up to late game maps, because for as easy as the rest of Birthright is, the final few maps were actually pretty hard. Well, it depends what maps you consider as, like, the final few maps. The end game is... For a solo, the end game is, like, decently difficult if you don't have access to, like, a Hex Vestal. Or a Hexing Rod, rather. But, like, I managed to do it on my first try, when we were doing the original Hinata solo run. That's only because Garen moved off the throne somehow, so I'm gonna have to remember how that works. But, I'm certain it's doable. But okay, now that we are in the we're in the defense check area now. So see, even with 36 strength, right? I just barely one-ran this guy with a forged, what is this? Iron katana? I don't even know what this is. Yeah, it is an iron katana, I think. But okay, yeah, the Astra is gonna help, of course. Oh, Camilla's sewer map, that's true. Yeah, the Camilla map is pretty tough, that's true as well. Let me think, like, endgame Birthright. I mean, we're looking at Lava Falls, and by that point, yeah, it is actually, isn't it actually, like, just, no, right, it's Lava Falls, then it's the Shura map in the capital, like, just past the walls of the capital. And then it's the Camilla map. Yeah, and then it all starts getting a little bit more difficult. You know, you get the stairs map with Yago. There's the training grounds map with Hans. They're pretty spammy enemy-wise. That's certainly true. But there are some pretty tough maps coming up. That's true. So we're preparing for that. Once we get to level, honestly, no. I mean, once we get to level 15 here, we can start getting some really good skills. Obviously, we get Sword Fair from Swordmaster. And we're going to try to get counter, I think, from Oni Chieftain. But, yeah, plenty of work to still be done. Certainly we have to prepare well. And this time, unfortunately, we can't cheese the Xander map, I don't think, because we don't have access to duplicate. But that's okay. That is perfectly fine. Let me keep the chest key this time. Let me actually check what's in there. I don't think it's anything too huge, but... Yeah, in the original Hinata solo run, I just replicated my Master Ninja Hinata, and that was it was wrapped in like 4 turns, I think. But it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen this run. We're gonna actually play it like regularly, I guess, which is it's gonna make it a bit more challenging, I suppose. With the stats we're having on Hinata right now, I wonder loudly how bad it really will be. I forgot that the stairs are blocked on this side because there is a fuck-ass enemy pair on the other side of the stairs. Yeah, okay, that's my bad. I'm sure people have warned me for that. Like, Lucas. Yes, okay, well, it is it is what it is. We're gonna go back there after defeating the boss, I suppose. That's okay. We're not in a rush. We can stick around here for a bit longer. The Rainbow Sage is very welcoming, of course, so... He allowed us to stay for as long as we wanted. Now, here's the thing. We're going up against this guy, but it's like... Pfft, what does he even do? What does he even do? Well, if you don't watch out, I guess he kills your ass, but 0% hit rate with the Sunrise Katana. And yeah, we're obliterating this guy. Goodbye. 111 damage. Okay. Now we've come to the semi-scary part. Again, I come back to the point of the weapon triangle. When we were a Master Ninja, this was much more threatening, of course. These Berserkers could actually one-shot Master Ninja Hinata. Of course, with the Sunrise Katana, with the Swordmaster, like, it's all a lot easier, so... Okay, I mean, this is going to be another breeze of a map. We one-shot this Swordmaster as well. In fact, we style him in a little bit with Astra, and there's going to be a crit in there, and there's not going to be a crit in there. My prediction finally failed. And now it's two sad Spearmasters. And one boss. Okay, what does he have? He has a spear, so he's gonna attack from range. Can I somehow? No, it doesn't look like I can. But I think I want to work on killing the boss first, for no particular reason. Warriors, you've done well to make it this far, but make no mistake, the challenge is far from over. Now, show me what you can do. The challenge is far from over, Blood dared to claim. Magnificent. You have proven yourself worthy. Yeah, bro, one crit is all it takes. The battle is far from over, and it's gonna get even better, because this is where we get Swordfair. Flat 5 extra damage if wielding a sword or a katana. Now, Shove is gonna have to leave. But we're looking at a pretty good set right now for a Swordmaster, not gonna lie. Death Blow, Duelist Blow, and we have now Swordfair, Astra, and Vantage, which honestly, we might honestly rock out with this for the final map as well, but... Here you go, here's the first Spearmaster. With a 60 HP, but even 60 HP can't save him. Especially with that 0 damage output. On a magic weapon against 16 resistance Hinata. Okay, we take out this guy, Dual Naginata, yikes. How much can I shred this guy up with the Raijinto? 0, 0, 0. And there's a crit I wanted. This should be 138, I think. Yeah, there it is. 138, that's the biggest number I've seen so far. Yeah, I mean, this map is a breeze. It's funny, but there's nothing challenging about this map. I guess after like Pleasure Palace and the Leo map especially, oh, the Leo map. Like if you don't have someone who can just tear through those faceless, then that's a slog and a half, and I can understand you might need a little break. I'm not going to lie. Okay, but we're slowly but surely encroaching upon these last 2 enemy pairs. Now, these all have max defense, so we're gonna be met with a little bit more resistance, ironically, because they have more defense. More resistance to dying, I suppose. Not enough. Bad maps are fine as long as they're funny like this one. Like, it's not even really a bad map, I'd say. I'd say that it's certainly a lot more interesting in Conquest. But then again, what map isn't more interesting in Conquest versus Birthright, to be honest? Like, as much as I love Birthright, I really do. I really do. Conquest just has the better map design, like, by a landslide. Bunny Spirit, Fey Rune mentioned. We're mentioning a lot of Inazuma 11 tonight, and honestly, I like that. Would have been a good crossover. Okay, let's see. Parasol Gaming for the last 2 enemies, I have to imagine. 1 damage, 0 hit, 0 crit. Guard stance, Parasol, boom, 18 damage. And now what we need to do is just take out this merchant, take out this Onmyoji, and then we're home free. Master Seal, again, love that, but I really would appreciate more Heart Seals. Well, I guess after next map we're able to buy as many of them as we want, but still. Yeah, I mean, that's it. That is just kinda it. With the Sunrise Katana, we're gonna plow through this last guy. With Astra as well. Astra crit, potentially. Yep. Of course, the very final hit of this map has to be a crit by Hinata's hands. It's beautiful. 38 turns to get through here. But I guess we get our Sword Blaster something like, ta-da! There's the Rainbow Sage. This is, for context, this is a guy that like points us the way to the Rainbow Sanctuary, which we were just in. And then we come back around, we leave the Rainbow Sanctuary, and he's like, oh, hello, I am actually the Rainbow Sage. Play a little bit of a trick on you. But yeah, I think we get like we get our sword upgraded here, which is it's a cute little cutscene.
Thank you.
No.
Huh?
Yes.
So Takumi and Aoi both raising their weapons. We're using the power of the Fujin Yumi to upgrade the Yato.
Forge the sacred blade.
And he actually voices like some of these lines, the Rainbow Sage, but only the very first line. There we go. I believe we get the is it the Dawn Yato? Is it already that by this point?
Yes.
The Noble Yato. Dawn Yato is the fully upgraded version, I believe.
How did you do that?
But yeah, we have the Noble Yato.
Yes.
And I think it actually helps. It gives like, I think it gives something. Certainly more weapon might, but I don't know if it gives like an actual like stat increase, flat stat increase as well. And Izana! Let's go. Long time, no seemly behavior. There he is. Because we upgraded the hot springs to level 3, Izana joins us. Is this the most peak recruitment method across Fire Emblem? Potentially. Potentially. But yeah, there he is. I fucking love this guy, bro. I fucking love this guy. He's now on Team Aoi. So, well, here he is, Izana, on Miyoji, with unironically pretty decent stats. I think he's a pretty alright combat unit, but it's just a shame he joined so late and that he's a Corrin sexual as well. Only one support, and I think it's with it's actually with Corrin, yeah, which it's tough. But I guess that means you can technically support Izana if you wanted to. Okay, well, we're back. Ryoma has found more Daikon. Shocker. It seems people are just dropping Daikon everywhere in this castle. Okay, Tsubaki, don't let me down, brother. Facing another Sky Knight. What are Izana's reclasses? That's a great question. I actually also would not be able to tell you. Okay, come on, Tsubaki. There it is, okay. Well, if I wasn't paying attention, if he didn't dodge that 50-50, he would have been dead, but that's alright. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, we're not going for another one, man. Thanks for your effort, though. Flawless, he says. Izana's reclasses. Let's see. We're consulting the old internet. Base class. Let's see. So, he has... Is this real? Apparently he has... Yeah, well, his base class is Monk, obviously, since he's an Onmyoji. I guess he has Heartseal to Samurai and Apothecary, so that means he gets access to Swordmaster, Master of Arms, Merchant, and Mechanist. Which, that is a pretty crazy remove set, actually. Swordmaster Izana? Hold up. No, I mean, it's an option, but I'm not going to commit to that anytime soon, of course. Though at some point, honestly, I wouldn't mind, like, actually dedicating some time to making a good, like, Yukimura or a good Izana. That'd be really fun, I think. I don't think anyone, like, actively uses those characters unless you're, like, a real fiend for either of them. Because they joined so late, and by that point you're gonna have units who fulfill their roles, but it's alright. 27 magic on Lilith here. Pretty sure we're nearing some caps on that front. Okay, what can we upgrade now? A lot of things. We can upgrade the prisons, we can upgrade the mess hall, the lottery shop. Lottery shop is pretty huge. We can get golden balls, I suppose, when we spin. So let's try our luck.
Thank you for coming.
Orochi, she would give us a golden ball for sure. Come on, lock in. Orochi.
Fates be praised.
What can I say? What can I say? It is it is just that easy. Like I said, Orochi, she would give us the golden ball. There it is. Rabbit Spirit. W Rabbit Spirit. Okay. That's
Please come again.
the craziest callouts have been happening during this run. I swear to God, just upgraded this. I don't believe a golden ball is guaranteed when you just upgraded it, but that's awesome. she is the kidnap user for a reason, I guess. I don't know how that correlates to giving us a golden ball in the lottery, but sure, she sure is. But yes. Okay, let's take stock again. So we have an energy drop which we can use on Hinata. 33 strength we now have, which is not the cap yet. Would you believe it? I believe it's like 32 or 33, something along those lines. Now, after the next chapter, as I said, we will have the opportunity to upgrade the Rod Shop. Once we have that, we have access to infinite heart seals, which means that we can start grinding again. Now, I don't think we need to do too much grinding unless we want to go for soul or something. We want to take air superiority for some reason. Personally, not hugely in favor of taking air superiority. Even though it's a funny skill. I really like using it, but... yeah, I don't think that's worth it by this point. I think we've got a pretty decent set going. Especially the Astra, Vantage, and Swordfair are gonna be there in the final map. It's just a question of selecting like 2 more skills. Personally, I think Soul could be a part of that. I would certainly not be opposed to that. And we're gonna have to look at what that final skill is going to be, but I'm certain we can figure something out. But we're doing well. I think if we can beat Chapter 20, it's 25 minutes to midnight here. If we can beat Chapter 20, and I think we can, because Chapter 20, you're not going to believe it. Another case of classic faceless slop, as I've come to call it. But it's going to be a pretty short map, I think. Especially if we skip through all the enemy phases, which I am more than happy to do. So, we're being warped back to the exact place where we were warped away by Leo before, I think. So, we're back now. Takumi, Ryoma, and Aoi spawning in. We're back in Nor. Yes, we are. What is even the transition by this point? Like, I've never been more ready to take on King Garen.
Listen.
But yeah, we need to go the opposite direction of the Norian army. That's true. A direct route that will take us very close to the royal castle.
Understood.
But yeah, it's gonna go wrong at a certain point. Okay, so we had the opposite direction of the Norian army. Towards Fort Dragonfall. That's what it is. And here we are. The Kingdom of Nor, Fort Dragonfall. The ambient artworks of the locations in this game as well are so cool. Like, you have them in the art book as well. You can see... I don't believe... No, that is not the capital of Nor in the background. That is just a fort. This is just part of the fort, by the way. But we are going through this. We are going through this. But, spoiler alert, or rather, crisis. A crisis happens. Yago spawns in. And he uses magic to revive the fort. Because, a bit of lore, Fort Dragonfall is made out of the skeleton of a dragon. Of a dead dragon. So Yago is using his magic to revive it partially. He made it close its mouth, which used to be the entrance, and he also has, well, I guess he's revived its stomach acids. When you stand in this acid, you take damage. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting concept, you know, for a map. Were it not for the fact that it's just faceless. That ass is just faceless. And they all have, like, random-ass skills. The boss. I need to mention the boss. Because the boss has breaker skills. Just 5 breaker skills for almost every type of offensive weaponry. In the original run, it was really nice because he doesn't have shuriken breaker. But here, of course, we have to contend with a sword breaker. So, potentially going to be a little toxic. But it's alright. Now here's the thing, there is boots in one of these. There's boots in one of these chests, and I want those boots. I believe it's the bottom right one, if my memory is not mistaken. The problem is, it's very tough to get there on time, because you're gonna see, but we're gonna be absolutely swamped with faceless. Not going to lie. So just for that, just to all save us some patience and some mental energy. And let me look up Fort Dragonfall FE Fates, just to confirm where those boots are. I'm decently certain in the bottom right chest, but let's see, chest items, well, it doesn't even say. Let's see. boots. 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 You'll miss out on the first pair of boots in Birthright. Yeah, where? Brother, where? Let me go to an actual trustworthy Fire Emblem wiki. Oh, that is the location. Yikes. For Dragonfall, Fire Emblem wiki. Let's see. So, boots. Open the eastern chest. Okay, so what we have on this map, in the chests, right? We have a Seraph Robe, which is plus 5 HP in Fates, I think. It differs per game. It's either 5 or 7, but I believe it's 5 in Fates. We have boots, and we have a Spy's Shuriken, which is a 3-range Shuriken. Which would have been useful, if not for the fact that we are not using Shurikens. But okay. So, let's get back into this. If we're fighting in a dragon, does that mean the acid bog is the stomach acid? Yes, that is exactly what that means. This is the stomach acid rising from the, well, really the dilapidated remains of a dragon. Yes. That is the lore here. Fire Emblem Fates is so cool that they're fighting inside a dead dragon. Try to copy that, any game that you will. Okay, so I think... yeah, it's more beneficial to go down low for this chest, I believe. Now, we need to move really fast here. That's funny, game. That's funny. You're funny. Okay, I guess we're not doing that. I guess we're going up top, after all. That's okay. We're going to stand in the acid. And we're going to equip the Sunrise Katana. And we're going to skip enemy phase, because there is nothing of use here. Okay, in fact, it looks like we can't go down, so we have to go up. That's good. Yeah, so the gimmick with this map is it fucking sucks. That's the whole gimmick. What it does is every turn, in every acid bog, there will be faceless spawning in. And yeah, you see this enemy number, 28. The max is 50, and we're going to hit that in a matter of a few turns. Just so you guys know. So it's really a matter of, it's really just a race against the clock, because if you can't take out these faceless quickly enough, which they're all a one-shot by this point for Hinata, but if you can't kill them quickly enough, then you will get stuck, and you won't be able to move towards the chests. But yeah, that was the one round of combat that you got for this run. I'm not showing off anything else, because we're just going to be watching the same round of combat over and over and over again. Let's actually just move and get things going. You will at least get to see the faceless spawn in. Yeah, like I said, we're already up to 40 faceless right now. So this is like turn, what? 4? Yeah, fucking A. I also forgot to mention these faceless, they do all have like random skills, like typically stat boosting skills. But they also come with like Pavise, Pavis, however you want to call it, Aegis. This guy comes with Lock Touch, so he already swiped the Spice Shuriken for us and movement +1. There's a few of these guys across the map, I believe even. This guy's a Master Seal, which I guess we will get in due course. This guy has a Goddess icon. I guess... oh, multiple stat boosters on this map, interesting. Let's try to get into range of that guy, but also let's try to, again, get as close to the chest as possible. Okay, so there's the Goddess icon. Okay, and now, yeah, it's, you could, yeah, they're coming. Oh, they're coming. They're in the biggest conga line that I think Hoshido has ever seen, that Fatelandia has ever seen. Still no sign of the extra movement faceless, though. So he's up here. Ideally, I want him to get to the chest, because I do not have Lock Touch. So that's the thing, but I think there's multiple of these guys that spawn in. So I'm going to just have a quick scout around. There's the one still down there. That one comes with Gamble, which is funny. And then here's one with Lock Touch, but I don't know if he actually uses it. That's the thing. Quick Draw, Strong Riposte, and then there's a lot with just no skills as well. Pass. Okay, so for now, there's only a few, so that's good. I'm just going to go down here in this corner and make sure that I'm there for when that faceless arrives. In the first place. Quick Draw mentioned. That is overlap with Inazuma 11. Huge. Okay, here's one. So we can just bait this one out, I should hope. Here's another one. What I want to do is I want to just stand right here, I think, so I can always attack the Faceless when it comes for the chest. And then we skip. Now they're gonna swipe the top chest, they're gonna swipe the Seraph Robe, but that's fine. Yeah, we're at the enemy cap, by the way. Like, we're at 50 enemies. This is what I'm saying. Fucking look at this abomination of a map. Like, I accidentally knocked some stuff over on my desk, not gonna lie. I think I knocked over Tobitaka, not gonna front. But I heard something falling. Oh yeah, there he is. I found him. Guys, he's okay. He's fine, look. But, just put him right here, so he's safe. But, yeah, this is certainly the map of all time. Yeah, welcome to Fate's late game. Welcome to Birthright Lunatic late game. This is really just quintessential of this game mode. But okay, like I said, we're going to wait for this one Faceless with Lock Touch to show up. It's not that one. We're gonna have to find them every single time, but I'm decently certain that the Faceless with the goods, they also just leave the map at a certain point. Now, what I also have to be careful of, I think they will attack me if I'm in range, so let me try not to have that happen. Yeah, like, what else am I really supposed to do here? Again, just to give you a quick reminder of what combat looks like in this game, or on this map specifically. There's your one round of combat for the next 7 turns. So let's see how these situations looking right now. Oh, that's lovely. That's great. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So here's the question. Does he go for the chest, or does he go for Hinata? Once the next enemy faces up, we will know. I hope he went for the chest. He did. Okay, hold on. That's huge. We can get the boots. That's all I wanted. I don't think we can get the Seraph Robe or anything else anymore. There might be 1 or 2 more droppable items, but they may also just all have fled, not going to lie. There's still the one with the Master Seal. But I believe as far as droppable items are concerned, 5,000 gold, there's the balls, of course. I think for the most part, it's all the same. Yeah, so we can still get a Master Seal or 2, and we can... well, the boots were always the most important item to get here, so... let's go! And there's our boots, secured. That is 1 extra movement for Hinata. And on a foot-locked class that is not Master Ninja, that is pretty massive. I believe you get 2 pairs of boots in Fates at maximum, so we could end up with 8 movement on Hinata. But yeah, oh, we're gonna have to plow through some Faceless first and foremost. Oh, brother. Well, I hope you're all ready for a few turns to be skipped. Because again, this is just, it's nothing, it's Faceless slop. And yeah, like, you kill a bunch of Faceless and we're back up to just 50 Faceless. It really is that bad, not going to lie. And they all deal 0 damage as well, that's the worst part. Like, there's not even any, like, risk of running into these guys head first. It's just 0 damage everywhere you look. And the only thing I take damage from is the acid. And like, there it is, all healed off. But at least the boss is moving now, so maybe that's going to be interesting. Hold on. Let's actually not skip this whole turn. Let's see if the boss approaches. Remember to hydrate? I'll hydrate soon. It's almost midnight. Okay, the boss moves. And he comes in with a very eloquent grrr. But well, let's see. Fortunately, this is a kill the boss map, so we're done. We're officially done, fortunately. 2 EXP, yeah, that tells the whole story, man. 1 more Master Seal, and we're gonna miss out on the other guy that had the Master Seal, but that's okay. We don't need it. Okay.
It's my turn.
So, Azura's turn. Luca, this one's for you, buddy. It's working. Azura is killing the dragon again from the inside.
Let's go.
I believe there's like a little cutscene of the fort going back to normal. Yeah, see, it's undulating. Because the fort, the bones are coming back to life, the whole structure of the dragon, but... It's cute. It returns to its original position. But, yeah, that's that. That is chapter 20 officially cleared. And now it's Burning Falls time. But oh boy, we're not doing that tonight. No, but there is one very important thing that we must do right now. And that is upgrade the Rod Shop to level 3. So we have access to unlimited heart seals. And by Jove, I will buy heart seals. Heart seals, 2,000 gold. Let me get 10 of those, Chief. Alright. And what do I not need? Gold bars. I do not need gold bars. I do not need master seals. Boots, goddess icon. Goddess icon is for luck. We have capped luck on Hinata, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I might sell it. I can use the boots for sure, though. 7 movement now on Hinata. And I can use heart seals again. Great. I can make him whatever I want. He's 24 EXP away from getting his next skill, so once I reclass him to Oni Chieftain... You know what? We have 10 minutes left. We can do that. Lock in. 24 EXP. We can do this. We can get countered tonight. We can get countered tonight. Come on, lock in. Yeah, the boss is dead. Boss of chapter 20 is dead. And you know what? We don't need to be in that map more than 10 minutes. I'm not going to lie. We do not need to be there, because we're going to see plenty more faceless, let me tell you that much. Showtime! Okay, we're back. And now I just have to take off all of his swords again, and I can now use the killer axe. Hold on, let me just give him a killer axe, why not? That'd be funny. Okay, what do we got? Who's giving us stuff? Silas? Okay, that's fine. Private quarters? Hey! Hinata. Oh wait, he's here, that's true, we're married. Oh shit, that's true. Wait, my husband. My hubby. Hey hubby, we're back. Hi. Yeah, honestly, I completely forgot. I'm not going to lie. But we're here now.
That look in your eyes would make anyone blush.
Dude, he's so fucking cute. What can I say? He is so cute. What are we doing, bro? Why is he this adorable? Oh my god, this fucking guy. Come on. Dude. Unironically, makes my heart flutter. Wow, what a guy. Okay, let's get Azura in here. I need to get back to being straight, actually. Alright, Azura, what have we got?
Our lives were intertwined before we even met. I'm glad we're finally getting a chance to know each other.
Fair enough. It's okay to be bi, I know, but I am not. I am only there. I am attracted to Hinata and Simon Blackwell, and that's where it stops. So, I think it's a very selective case, if anything. But hey, then again, doesn't really matter. Does it need to have a name? I don't think it does. That Aoi person is a dude? Yes, Vinny, that is my avatar. That is a woman, obviously. Could you not tell? Oh, clearly not. But yeah, Aoi is my female main character. That's true. Another Sky Knight matchup? Nah, we're gonna get the 2 pearls and leave. This is a woman, Vinny. Have you seen this? Obviously, this is a woman. Look at this. Do you not see the curvature here? I don't think that's a thing that men have typically. Like, unless you have a tumor, I think. But yeah, this is obviously a female OC. No, this is not a guy, as I said. Maybe you could tell from the way that she's not wearing pants as well. Of course, the men in this game all get pants, but the women, yeah, they're just rocking it out, bro. They're just rocking out, no pants, just running around like that. I would love to give her some pants, but she needs to be in this class, unfortunately. Actually, is there like... Hold on. How about the accessory shop? Is there anything you can get in the accessory shop? Let's see.
Oh, thanks for coming in.
Do we have pants? Is that a thing? That is a beret. I do not need that. No, we can only make it worse by giving her a bath towel, actually. I'm not certain that there's, like, pants, actually. I don't think there is. No. Don't think so. There's only masks and, like, hats and stuff, so... yikes. No pants? So no pants? Give her the bath towel? Oh, Vinny. Classic Vinny. No, I can't do that. Well, I think I have it, actually. Unironically. Do I not? Hold on. Accessory shop? Go to battle in that? I don't care. Okay, okay. I see how it is, Vinny. So you'd rather prefer... You prefer the bath towel over the sick-ass berserker fit? I see how it is. So, Vinny, I have some news about the bath towel. It does just put her in her underwear for some reason. Someone is wearing this accessory. No, the hell he is not. Where's the towel? Look at this. Okay, so it says that Hinata is wearing the bath towel, right? No, the fuck he is not. Where is the bath towel on this guy? Is it underneath his armor? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I guess I could take it. Well, there you go. She's wearing the bath towel. Are you happy, Vinny? You want to have like a little look? She's wearing the bath towel, I guess. There it is. W bath towel. That is a crazy bath towel for Hinata. That is, yes. But then again, I guess it doesn't show. Like, hold on. If I go out, see, it doesn't show. She's just wearing her armor. So, also when I like look at her now, I think she's probably not wearing it. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, no, she doesn't wear it. I don't know where she would wear it, to be honest. But what does Hinata look like in the bath towel? Oh, Vinny, excellent question. Let's have a little look here. For Hinata, so he just has it draped around his waist, like a true man, of course. Chest shown off, abs shown off, all the muscles, the very spiky shoulders as well. They have to be shown off as well. The armor is not just for show; it's to actually fit in his fucked up shoulders. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, that's what he looks like regularly. Of course, we've spiced him up, gave him a nice little samurai mask. But yeah, Vinny, as much as you wanted your perverted desires to shine through in this run, I don't think she actually wears it in combat. So again, I don't know where she would wear it, but certainly not in combat. And also not in the My Castle area, so... You don't let him use the towel? Fake fan. Vinny, I don't think you realize this, but for April Fools, like last year, I taught myself to speedrun this game to put Hinata into the bath towel as quickly as possible. That was my April Fool's video. And I managed to do it pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. I put him in a bath towel, and I kept him in that bath towel. But, that is neither here nor there, I suppose. Iconic speedrun. Yeah, it's between all the greats, of course. I mean, it was fun. It was fun to learn. Okay, so I said I would grind. And honestly, I think I could probably do that on the invasion map, not gonna lie. I think the invasion should get us there, and I could just reclass mid-map as well. So let's make grateful use of this Defend the Castle map. Let's switch, and let's do inventory for Hinata, equip the killer axe. I'll give him a throwing club as well. Fellas, Great Club Gaming. Hold on. I'm sure someone has pointed this out as well, but Great Club Gaming. Yeah, we're back, by the way. We are super duper ultra back. Okay, let's fight with the Great Club. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, these enemies, they don't know what's gonna hit them, by the way. Okay, the boss immediately moving because she's baited by my automaton, who she just destroys in one hit. This is going to happen to all the automatons, by the way. They're all going to die horrifically. Yeah. So that's pretty rough. They're also going to destroy all of my buildings because they give me like extra stats, I think, if they're alive. So they're prioritizing taking those out. which is fine. Right, the hot spring, that's the only place I can think of for the bath towel to be used. You know what, Lucas? You're probably right. Because I guess the default out... Not my last automaton getting crit. 5% crit by a Dark Knight with a sword. That's insane. Okay. I mean, the hot springs is probably the only place where it shows up, because when you scrolled to the bath towel, it showed Fuyumi in her underwear. Not Fuyumi, that's the last one. It showed Aoi in her underwear, and I think that's how she typically enters the hot spring, but I guess now she's wearing a bath towel. So in a way, actually, Vinny, you made this run more wholesome by giving Aoi a bath towel to wear in the hot springs. So actually, W Vinny. But yeah, Lilith mentioned Hocus Pocus. There's pizza on your focus. It's true, it's true. This one, however, is a little dragonfish thing, and she heals us. Now, we're gonna patiently await these enemies. She's also pretty good at dodging. That's the one thing about Lilith in Birthright. She might not attack, but she sure as hell is pretty dodgy, actually. Or dodge tank-y, rather than dodgy. But yeah, she too only holds out for so long, so there's no more green units on this map. All my automatons died, and Lilith has perished. So now it's Hinata's turn to fight. And by God, I'm gonna let this play out. I'm gonna let this play out. You're super exhausted, so you're calling it off, Yami? Absolutely fine. I hope you had a good time here tonight. And I wish you the greatest night of sleep possible. Bye-bye, Yami. Thank you. Okay, so here it is. Great Club Gaming, 59% crit rate. With Astra, oh boy. Oh boy, there it is. 48. 48 with the Great Club. And the thing about the Great Club is it also deals extra damage upon crit. Because it is one of the, it's technically a killer weapon. They deal 4 times crit damage instead of 3 times. Lots of love to you too, Yami. Good night. Yeah, but what you're gonna see a lot during these Castle Defense maps as well. First and foremost, with the Great Club, we have 82% hit crit rate. We have more crit than we have hit, which is actually a pretty common theme with this weapon, believe it or not. But a pretty common theme that you're going to see in these invasion maps is that enemies will not attack Hinata because he just has too much defense. So we're often being left just, you know, attacking on our own. And I guess different crit animation, which for the Oni Chieftain is decently lame, to be completely honest. But imagine if one of these people had lunge. Oh yeah, it would be over, by the way. If one of these people have lunge... They don't, I know, but if they had, yeah, it would have been over. And that would have been the funniest way to lose a map, not gonna lie. They don't attack Hinata because he has too much aura. It's true, it's true. He has the aura, he has the drip, he has the stats, he has everything. He doesn't have a statue anymore because they just destroyed that, but that's okay. You know, it happens. Okay, so now it's our turn to just slowly kill all of these guys. And there's reinforcements as well, so that's gonna be cool. Let's see if we can crit this guy, because these guys are the only ones attacking, the only threatening ones. So we missed an 82 in essence. There we go. Now we're hitting the 82 with 112 damage. But yeah, Hinata, he's unbeatable. Exactly, Essex. He has the wife as well. Loving wife, obviously. But yeah, there's nothing interesting about this combat, so... I'll try to skip as much as I can. Where it's actually relevant, or like where we're actually attacking, like this. I'll keep this up, because this is fun. The Falcon Knights are not going to attack because they don't deal damage. That's 100% true. Real and true. Too much avoid is also a reason. That's also true. If the enemies have a 0% hit rate, then they also don't attack. I found that out with the Stoneborn on the last invasion map. More reinforcements. Let's go. Great Club Gaming. Yeah, no, we're just gonna keep going. And I'm gonna try to wrap this up relatively quickly, because it is past midnight, of course. I need to prepare for my last day of work for this week, tomorrow. And I need to hit the hay as well. But hey, productive session, not gonna lie. Productive stream. We go from what? 16 all the way to 21, so that's pretty good. Went through 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, so 5 maps tonight. And we grinded out, once we get counter on Hinata here, we will have grinded out 3 skills for Hinata. So yeah, pretty massive actually. I'd say we're on the right way, certainly. Now it's just a matter of it's really a matter of finishing this game before Fortune's Weave releases, because I would love to play that on stream actually. I would love to do a blind playthrough of that on stream. But well, the thing is, I'm probably not going to play it on release anyway, since okay, Killer Axe is... Let's just use the Killer Axe, because it's... The Great Club is funny, but the Killer Axe actually has a hit rate, so... I would love to play it on the release date, but then again, I'm not getting it on the release date, because I had to order it abroad, because I wanted the Dagden collection, the limited edition. So yeah... Okay, I can skip all this. Are people going to attack me? I presume not. No. Well, the boss is here, I guess. Peter, the boss is here. Let's see if we can kill her, epically. Okay, well, we can miss a 94, apparently, which is epically bad in itself, not going to lie. And she got healed immediately. So let's see if we can hit 2 94s now. Or just one 50-50, really. Okay, that's fine. Missing a 94 in Fates is so incredibly rare. But well, I guess it does happen, apparently. Okay, is there, like, I have a throwing club, but it doesn't do much damage, that's the thing. Yeah, I got the Dagden collection too, or at least I ordered it online. So we're gonna see, because I had to buy it from an Austrian online retailer, supposedly trustworthy. And of course everything that's said on the internet is trustworthy, so we're gonna see. I paid good money for it to have it delivered to the Netherlands as well. But it's not gonna arrive on release. Certainly not. It's the delivery date up to like a week from release, so it is what it is. At least I'll get the game, you know? Supposedly. Purportedly. But yeah, I'll be playing that on stream, hopefully. I don't yet know what kind of content I'll be doing for it. I mean, I would just do a regular playthrough. I feel like everyone under the sun is going to do that, but... I mean, if you guys are interested in just watching a regular playthrough of me without any gimmicks, then I'd be happy to provide, of course. I wouldn't really know what to do for like a special job as well, special like challenge. Like I guess I could technically do an Iron Man, but it would be my first time playing through it. Like I could only use a certain weapon type, but then again, you don't really get to experience the full game if you do that, don't you? So I'm a bit opposed to that. Like I'm a bit opposed to deciding things like that up front. Because it's just difficult. It's also difficult to know what the game has and what it doesn't have. That's something we're going to have to, well, all find out together, of course. But perhaps we'll just do one route regularly, and if we figure something out, something interesting, then why not do a challenge run for a different route? Because I don't presume that all the routes mingle, for lack of a better word, at a certain point in the story. I have to imagine it's all separate. Like 3 houses past a certain point. But well, I have to say, it hasn't looked altogether uninteresting. I have to say, I'm not very impressed by the roster that's been revealed so far. There's a few characters that have caught my eye, particularly looking at Moo, you know, the girl who pretends to be a boy. Jean Grail mentioned, dare I say. I'm also looking at Jester, the Jester that was so randomly dropped with his one Spanish line, half cut off from a random ass screenshot. But unironically, crazy good design. Looks really fun. So I hope he's mentally insane, so I can officially use him on the team, just like the Grizzler, honestly, just like Grizz. Honestly, I miss Gris. So we gotta get some more. We gotta get some more. We gotta get some more lunatic content, you know? And like, not as in the difficulty, as in the person. The Ross is kind of but it's fine. Yeah, you know, there's gonna be a few characters that they haven't revealed yet, surely. So there's always the chance, and there's always the chance that like the design may not be great, but maybe, just maybe, their personality is like awesome. You never know until you play the game. That's the wonder of it, really. Moo is pretty based, definitely using her. Yeah, and on top of like masquerading or pretending to be a boy, right? She also just punches people. She uses gauntlets, which is awesome. Oh yeah, and Peter. Yeah. Shame that Peter wasn't Dutch in the end, but man, that would have been so good. Why would they do this? Like boring ass Peter, English name, Peter, versus just the goat Peter. But well, I guess they would never. I guess they would never give the Dutch anything. Hold on, here it is. Extra point of defense. 36 defense, by the way. And counter. There it is. Counter is going to be really, really helpful. The question is just, do we use it right now? I don't think I need it right now. Because honestly, I'm kind of enjoying Duelist's Blow and Death Blow. But having counter is useful. If he ever drops below the 50% HP, which is much more likely to happen when he's a Swordmaster, of course, than when he's, for example, a Blacksmith or Oni Chieftain. Counter can come in really clutch. But let's take it off for now. Moo with the gauntlet? Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose she is going to be able to do that. Which, for some fucking reason, there's guns in Fire Emblem now. It's getting more and more ridiculous. I must sound like such an elitist, but like... You would not see this in like Fire Emblem 7 or anything. And that's why I love Fire Emblem 7. Like, when we start straying from the path of actual medieval warfare, like Fire Emblem is supposed to be, and we're adding guns to the game, like, yeah, I think I'm good, man. I think I'm good. The moment the game releases, someone will try to mod it just to change Peter into Peter. Dude, I hope so. I hope there's some dedicated Dutch fan out there who is not taking this injustice sitting down or lying down, and he's modding Peter into the game. Honestly, I might use Peter just because he used to be called Peter and he used to have a Dutch name and he should have a Dutch name. And in fact, if I use Peter, I will only call him Peter and not Peter. You know? You know what I'm saying? You're picking up on and pushing down? 3 houses already had nuclear missiles. Look, I didn't say anything about 3 houses, but I agree, that was also bullshit. I guess, bro, like underground people, the mole people who have fucking intercontinental missiles. Like, yeah, sure, I'm strolling in here with my sword, and these guys have they have laser-guided missiles. Like, what are we doing? Okay, one more Great Club for the road. 80%, 100% hit rate. And there it is. Oh, that's it! Hoppa. And that's the last of that invasion map, which means that for tonight, ladies, gentlemen, and people who identify otherwise, we are done. That is all the progress that we are going to make tonight. But it looks like Hinata has one last thing to give us tonight. Never mind, he just wants an accessory. What if we gave him the bath towel again? No, I can't. I can't. Sorry, Hinata, you need to focus on your training. Actually, I fumbled.
Hi, welcome.
Actually, I did not fumble. Never mind. Hold on. That's at a laser point. That's at a laser point. I'm not taking the bath towel off. Daikon? Peaches. Okay, finally got something different. We can give Lilith a sweet treat. You can have a peach for once. Enjoy yourself. I actually don't mind when franchises try something new, like the Mecha book from Heroes. Look, like at least the Mech book was like book 5 from Heroes was at least like somewhat somewhat understandable, was somewhat, you know, realistic. Having fuck-ass guns and intercontinental missiles, well, I guess the Sathiarn also have missiles. So I'm gonna object to that as well. But like, just having machines is alright. Izana Gaming? Hold on. Izana with the Pearl against a sniper? Hold on, lock in. He can do this. He needs 3 hits. He can take 3 hits as well. Unless he gets... Okay, well, there it is. He's too good at this game, actually. Whoops, sorry, he says. Oh, it's so good. I love this guy. Against the blacksmith, yeah, we're good. Such a jolly little fella. I like this guy a lot. Okay, I think as a final matter of business, I'll upgrade something. And I think it's going to have to be the Dawn Armory. I think it's a pretty simple decision, not going to lie. Now we can buy just about everything we wanted under the sun. So, as far as swords are concerned, which is obviously the most relevant part, we have another practice katana. That's what the Hisamaru Mark II is. That's the practice katana. Dual katana, of course, more wakizashis, the Venge katana, infinite silver katanas. The Venge katana being, essentially Hinata's katana, but a bit better because it's an A-rank weapon. Actually, I don't even know how it compares, to be honest, since Hinata's katana might not have the avoid drop, but, well,
See you later.
that's all things we can find out at a later point. I'm not going to lie. Okay, but like I said, great progress. Thank you guys so much for coming out here tonight and joining me on the first Fire Emblem stream back after the summer holiday. I think we're on pretty good pace to finish this game well before the release of Fortune's Weave, even if we have to do a little bit of grinding. Because the next few maps are going to be, they're not going to be as enemy spammy, but they're going to be pretty tough. Yeah, well, I say they're not going to be enemy spammy, and then the next map we're going to do is immediately the fucking, yeah, the lava falls. But, that having been said, we will absolutely finish before the release of Fortune's Weave, so that is at least heartening. And yeah, no, just great progress. Good stream, I'm happy, I hope you guys are happy with having joined tonight. I hope it was a good way to spend your time with me. And all that still rests me is honestly just to wish you a good night. Yeah, good night, sweet dreams. If you've been in the chat tonight and you want to interact with these people a bit more outside of these streams, then join the Discord server. There is a link in the video description, every video description. From here on onward, I will also post links to the mod that I use to actually allow people to wield swords that are not, you know, that are typically locked to, for example, Ryoma or Korin. But yeah, that's I suppose that's all for me. So thank you again very much. I'm gonna go sleep myself. It's been a long day. It's been a tiring day. But at the end of the day, I'm happy that I was able to close it off with some Fire Emblem Fates and with you guys. So thank you very much. I very much appreciate it. And take care, everyone. Catch you all next week, Thursday, for more Fire Emblem Fates. Lava falls, and we're going to start breaking into the Norian capital with Hinata only. Good night.